All right, I'm playing the stupid Eelektross. This is better than Mega Dragonite, at least. I mean, maybe not, but yeah, as Never Gonna Let Me Down posited, you know, we had a good deck yesterday, so I have to balance it out by playing a bad deck today. So you might say, I guess I should have made the title of this stream, "This stream's gonna be a disaster," or "This deck's gonna bomb." Oh, God. How do you spend all night coming up with these terrible things? And Lorenzo, thank you for the sub. Everyone stare at that Miltank. Stare at those udders. Oh, look at what comes out of those udders. I mean, I have some ideas, okay? It's not guaranteed that we're gonna lose every game today. There's a high chance. So we're gonna start out with good old Frostlass. I have a Magnetric build. We have a Stunfisk build with wait, the Magnetric build has, so we go first with this one. And Lorenzo, damn straight. So this is the new Tapu Koko, so I have to remember to go first. I adapted this from a post-rotation Japanese list. So it's mostly post-rotation cards, and I'm going to test this out to see how it goes. So yeah, we have Stunfisk in here. We have Frostlass. You know, I got Generators. I got Canary. Been very disappointed by Canary. Found the French Canadian there. Found Epic Moro's the French Canadian. All right, it's OMG Cam Cole. So I'm guessing they're a cam girl. All right, so this is not the go first deck. I have to remember when we get to the go first deck that I have to go first. Every other one is like a go second. Well, if I do it correctly, it could be. And Never Gonna Let Me Down, yeah, damn straight. What the hell, Twitch? Why can't we share 69s? Why can't we 69 each other? Okay, that's a deep cut right there, Clan Burglar. That's a deep cut. Okay, well, this is actually a fine start. Hey, FM boss, just because your balls are ultra... Oh, okay. I think I just win this game. If your opponent starts the frickin' Blood Moon Ursa Luna, you're just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we got this. Okay, so I'm assuming that it's going to be a de-evolution deck, so I'll actually get rid of the rare candy. Because it's seeming like they're not... Oh, God. That was unintentional. Please don't clip that. Do not clip that, okay? It's seeming like they're playing an evolution deck, and I don't necessarily need to go rare candy for Mega Eelektross, because remember, it has a 60-60 spread attack. And that's not very good unless you're facing off against... Yeah, see? Like, if we still had the 60 hit point snow run, it would be much better. Oh, wow, they just got everything. They just got everything. And except a supporter. All right, well, I'm shutting off their items, and they have abilities. So we're actually probably in an okay spot. Right, because they can't retreat the Ursa Luna. I'm going to shut off their items. Okay, you could have given me anything but the Ino. Literally anything except the Ino you could have given me. I think we're just going to sit here until, you know, they do something. I guess if they were playing Energy Switch and I didn't item lock them, they could have gone Grimmsnarl and then attached 3 or 4 and then Energy Switched and done the whole thing. But right now, they're just in a situation where it's like, if they have an air balloon, we're kind of screwed. But even if they have air balloon Grimmsnarl, and yeah, so we got Clan Burglar and Never Gonna Let You Down on a 65 streak. Well, I guess we just INO now and let them try to play the game. Yeah, they prized the balloon, but they also, you know, had nothing else. Wow, we're doing things. Things are definitely happening. I really wish we had that rare candy. That rare candy would be pretty sweet right about now. So, to be fair, I do play other supporters than INO. You wouldn't know it, but I do play other supporters than INO. But this is why you never want to start the Ursa Luna in just any matchup. The Ursa Luna is never a good thing to start. And the more Frostlass they put into play, the worse it is for them. They're going to get the Cedar Box again, then I'm going to INO them again. This is great. You got to give them a thumbs up on this one. You got to give them a thumbs up because I'm going to do it again. And Never Gonna Let You Down. Hey, just because I did exactly what you said I did doesn't mean you can get mad at me. All right, so I have my items, so we should be able to do things. No, apparently we're just never going to be able to do things. So I want to play with my balls. Oh, man, I guess we get rid of the counter catcher. Bosses, I guess bosses, because this game's probably going to go on for quite a bit. And we'll go for the electric. Actually, I could go for the Eelektross and then Arvin next turn for my lone rare candy. And then just hope they don't do anything this turn. Because I don't have a Mega Signal. Right? That's the one card I didn't put in here. So yeah, we'll go for that. We'll go for that instead. And then we'll go Itchy Pollen. Because we still haven't taken a prize, which is really good. And I never said hi to your brother. Is it Mooney TCG? And FM Boss, yeah, watch them hit me with the INO. Oh, they got double monkeys and an energy. Oh, but they got a lilies. Okay, so they probably just have a gigantic hand right now. They are going to Adrenabrain, I guess, knock out the Badoo. But then something funny's going to happen. I'm going to do the funny thing. Trust Your Pilot's going to do the funny thing. And there's a Grimmsnarl. Okay, they don't have access to Energy Switch, which is good for us. And if I can just get like a Frostlass or something, we'll be okay. Okay, so Disaster Shock doesn't really help us out here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to go Rare Candy and Power Glass, I guess. Rare Candy, Power Glass, and then we Rare Candy, go into this guy, and retreat into you. Oh, I can counter catcher. Oh, that's amazing. I wasn't even paying attention that I can just counter catcher. All right, so we attach, we counter catcher, and then we go Disaster Shock. Whoa, geez. We Disaster Shock. We do the thing. I know they're going to have, you know, the thing they need for the Monkey Dories, but they have 4 Pokemon with abilities that are taking damage from Frostlass, and if I can just find my Frostlass, we'll be totally okay. So it turns out keeping that counter catcher was a lot smarter than I intended. You know, I didn't think they'd just go and get, you know, massive Monkey Dories. And FM Boss, hey, we're going to win this game despite never finding any cards that are actually playable. Actually, we're probably going to lose because they have a de-evolution and they'll just devolvify everybody. They probably don't realize they should be absolutely going for my Snorunt. Because they probably don't realize that Split Bomb can ruin their entire life. Right? If I get a Lilies here, Split Bomb ruins their entire life. Well, there's a Mega Frostlass. I mean, I guess. Right? I guess we do it. May as well just put a Luminous on the Mega Frostlass and just have it like that. Okay, so if I go Split Bomb, that sets up the 2 monkeys. They don't actually have a Darkness Energy on the Grimmsnarl. So do I just Split Bomb and then see what happens? Because they have to heal both Monkey Dory. They can't knock out my Mega Eelektross. So let's just see what happens, right? Because this game's not going in the YouTube video, so we can just use this as practice. We can treat it like a practice girl and just, you know, let it all happen. Because I was like 1 Frostlass away from just winning this entire game by knocking out all of their Monkey Dory and all of their things. And PDC GL Dev, no, you gave me 3 INO and 0 Lilies. But if they have a de-evolution, they probably win the game, which is kind of funny. All right, I'm surprised they didn't heal the Grimmsnarl, but see, they're getting all the lilies. Why can't I get all the lilies? Where are my lilies? And Garfinger and Butts, thank you for the follow. I did watch that show. What was the show with the people, Garfinger and Butts? All right, so, and 4 White Lights, no one's going to figure it out because it's trash. So if I get Lily's Determination, baby. See, do you see how easy it is to win this game when you get a playable hand? Do you see how crazy it is when you just get a playable hand, how easy it is for you to win the game? It's crazy how easy it is to win at Pokemon cards when you have a playable hand, isn't it? So insane. All right, let's, I mean, yeah, I guess we just knock out the Monkey Dory. We're just going to knock out both Monkey Dory. Or do I knock out the Grimmsnarl? And we'll put the Stunfisk down just for funsies. I could also do something else, right? Because this guy's going to have 100. It's going to have to heal himself. I could do a thing, but I think in this situation, we just go Disaster Shock, just take the knockout and see what happens. Because I know their Ursaluna is going to be able to attack, but I mean, we have all the things. There's another, we prize the Snorunt and a Frostlass. And Gar, well, you can't test EUIC in this game because it's the wrong format. They actually sent out a statement about that, and they basically said, hey, we could do it. We could give you a trainer trial that's a specific format that you're going to be dealing with, but we don't want to. That's going to be too much work. So you can't actually test EUIC here. You have to play against friends, and no one has friends. So if you're testing for EUIC on PDCGL, you can't do it because Ascended Heroes is on PDCGL. You have to have friends. So I, try to find a Discord. Try to find a Discord server. Why did they put that into play? Are we going to lose now? Do I just lose? Yeah, we just lose now. Yep, my bad. Oh, wait, they didn't attack. Wait, why didn't they attack? They could have attacked. What is happening? Why didn't you attack? You have the attack. You could have. Why didn't you Blood Moon? So this is gonna be a win because they weren't paying attention, I think, right? That's very strange. I am confusion right now. All right, so let's get rid of the Frostlass. Well, I didn't need to win this game. I didn't want to win this game. There was no reason for me to win this game. Who cares? I guess they just assumed they couldn't attack with the Ursaluna or something, but, we take those. What are they, an Olympic swimmer? Because those are some lapses in judgment. Those are some lapses in judgment. Well, I guess I should have said speed skating or something. Like I couldn't remember. Yeah, it is kind of funny, right? That you could have done it. And Peter Pan, it's on the list. It is definitely on. Wait, didn't this person just follow me like the other day? I could have sworn I saw them on the follow list. It's on the list, but, I'm trying to play the ones that are slightly okay. Yeah, exactly. But, Erica's Vileplume is not very good. Erica's Victory Bell is not very good. So I'm trying to find a playable deck, and they're hard to come by in Ascended Heroes. Right? It's like I can play Zoroark, which gets better with Ascended Heroes, but, that's not new enough. I want to play bad decks. Oh, no, I meant our opponent. I meant Critter. Oh, what the hell are they playing? They're playing Hydreigon? Uh-oh. Oh, man. Okay, so this is bad because they went first. As long as they don't get a turn 2 Hydreigon, we'll be okay. And Peter Pan, just like you, I also like underage children. All right, Rotom Gadget Show rerun. I guess I attach to the active? Because what do they get? They're not going to do anything next turn. They got nothing going on next turn. I'm just going to Iono. We're going to get all of our Poffins. Oh, we actually did. So this is good in the sense that we're being able to play the game, but it's bad in the sense that we're going to lose. So if they can get a Hydreigon set up, we are absolutely screwed. But I can do all of the things. I wouldn't mind inspecting her gadgets. All right, so In this specific matchup, they have 3 Pokemon with abilities. The Hydreigon line doesn't have an ability. The Einstein list. Hey, fun fact, I watched Oppenheimer the other day. I had no idea that Einstein lived that long. Einstein showed up and I'm like, wait, what? What Einstein lived that long? So that was my history lesson, is that I had no idea that Einstein was still alive at that point. Okay, so their Hydreigon is a massive problem, especially with their Kangaskhan drawing all the cards. They also have Latias and Pecharunt. So the question is, do I go and get the Mega Eelektross? Like, I can go get Rare Candy Mega Eelektross, or we can just believe in the heart of the cards. And I prefer to do the thing that requires less work. I prefer to do the thing that requires less work, so let's do that. And let's go with Lilies. We'll get that Ultra Ball back. Well, I mean, Einstein... Oh, wow, we got nothing. We got absolutely nothing there. That's not good. I thought we'd get something playable. We got nothing playable. All right, well, Critter, you have your choice of who you want to knock out. You have your choice of everybody you want to knock out. They are fair game. As long as you get the thing. They probably have either Neo Upper or Sparkling Crystal. Yeah, they just obviously had the Hydreigon in their hand. Just like that. Here comes the Sparkling Crystal. No, I just assumed Einstein didn't make it to the 1900s. I just assumed Einstein was like some really old... Oh, they don't have the Sparkling Crystal. I would assume then their ace spec is either Unfair Stamp or Sparkling Crystal. But are they just going to go for the 200 in the discard? Well, joke's on them. I have a hard rod that I can play with. Okay. That was a little aggressive. All right, well, let's put... Actually, we probably want to keep the air balloon. So we'll send up the Dynamo. And if I can get all of the things, we'll be okay. Okay, so air balloon there, power glass there. We needed an energy in the discard pile to be able to do the thing. But I think it's just... Yeah, I think we have to just attach to the Dynamo. Because even a 60-60 spread attack is okay in this situation. And then, of course, we get to play with our balls at the wrong time. All right, so... Wowzers. Okay, yeah. I'm going to go get the Mega Eelektross prematurely. And then we're going to have to go get the Fez and just kind of hope here that we get a rare candy. There are 2 in the deck. Thank you. And we would have had so many things. If I just believed in the heart of the cards, we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep. All right. I mean, we have the monkey. They're probably going to knock out the monkey. They're probably just going to go crazy on my backside here. Who is the biggest problem? I mean, I guess there's not really a reason to focus on the Kangaskhan at this point. I should just focus on the Pecharunt and the Hydreigon, realistically. So let's go this and this. And then I'm literally just pretty much 1 energy away from paralyzing for game. So you can call me Finger 11 because I'm a paralyzer. The problem, obviously, is they're going to go knock out the Frostlass, probably the Monkey Dory, and I would also assume the Electric. But they do need an energy. That's your cue, Critter. Yeah, there you go. They do need an energy. Well, there you go. Will I have drops for UIC? I don't think it's only the people who were partnered before, I think. I don't think it's anyone new they're adding. But I will have the new code for 4 packs in the stream, and I will be streaming on Saturday. Because, people will log in and be like, wait, why aren't there any Ascended Heroes cards? And then everyone in chat's going to be like, oh, trust your pilot's playing those new Ascended Heroes cards. You got to go watch him. He's got the smoothest feet in the world. They did not get rid of the Frostlass, which is questionable. Oh, thank you. Even though I'm a free, unpaid beta tester and they milled all of my Iono. Okay, well, as long as they don't have a switch card, they can't win this game. Okay, Fez, get me a lightning energy, please. That also works. So let's go, yeah, Earthen Vessel. Get rid of that. And, oh, wow, we prized 2 lightning, I think. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, that sucks. Okay, well, you're getting a Luminous there, buddy. Good job, good job. I guess I Super Rod the... Yeah, I mean, I guess just both energy. The Badoo doesn't really matter. We do have to limit our bench here because we can't let them do the thing. I would really like to get Mega Frostlass, but I don't even know if Mega Frostlass can attack. We got our final Luminous, then yes, it can attack. All right, so you come down. I don't want to use my Pokepad. Or I guess I do, just to thin somebody out of the deck. So I have options here, which is good. And we just go Disaster Shock. We paralyze them, hope they don't have a switch card, and that's it. That is the entire strategy, is hope they don't have a switch card. And then what I would do next turn is I would Split Bomb, I think not for game, but it'd be pretty close. Because I can put the Monkey Dory down, Luminous Energy the Monkey Dory. Janine's Secret Fart is fine. Oh, wait, Paralysis doesn't matter when they have Peturunt. Oh, no. Trust your pilot wasn't paying attention. But it does poison the Hydreigon. That is the nice thing. It doesn't poison. Damn it. Wait, did they just screw up? I think they just screwed up. I think they just made an oopsie. Oh, never mind. They have another Hydreigon, but they used Peturunt and their retreat, so... Yeah, they pulled a pilot. What's their strat? They must have a switch or a prime catcher or something, but you'd think Sparkling Crystal or Neo Upper would be the ace spec. Penny? Yeah, I guess. Oh, no, they made an oopsie in their pants. They made a huge oopsie in their pants. Okay, so this is very simple. We can... I mean, the Peturunt, if I knock out the Peturunt, that prevents them from doing any shenanigans, but I don't think I can do the thing that I want to do. But if I put the monkey down... Now, if I put the monkey down, we're still okay, right? I think if the monkey goes down, we're okay. And then we go... Oh, I should have kept that darkness energy in there. All right, so we have to bring this guy up here. Got to bring you up. I have to do this. We will Adrenabrain from the Fez to the Hydreigon. Hydreigon D's nuts, am I right? And then we put 60 on the active. Oh, geez. And then I think 60 on the Latias. Because this sets me up for game. And there we go. Okay, because this sets me up for game. Because if... Oh, yep, thank you. The only way that they can win is if they have a Binding Mochi and they use Crashing Headbutt. We have not seen a Binding Mochi, but the fact that they have Peturunt and Janine's Secret Fart does kind of lead me towards, yeah, they probably have a Binding Mochi. That was terrible, Ferndeer, but it's better than the joke Clamburglar made about this deck feels eely bad. I'm feeling quite eel today. As long as they have a Binding Mochi, that's GG. I could have healed... Oh my god, the Monkey Dory's damage counter is terrible. I could have healed the Eelektross to avoid this potential situation, but they didn't do it. That's GG. Even when I don't get the good cards and you get all the good cards, I am him. You know, you milled my Luminous so I couldn't attack with Mega Eelektross. Wait, how do I win this one? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it took me a second. See, I told you, Mega Eelektross is somewhat playable. I was going to try to say semi and somewhat at the same time. But it came out as somewhat. Somewhat Gamgee. All right, there you go. I told you. They put ability Pokemon into play. This is the whole strat with the deck. We even prized the de-evolution, which would have amazingly won us the game like 10 turns earlier. The whole strat is that you have a 60-60 spread attack, which can set people up, which is great. And then Disaster Shock, if you ever need to buy yourself a turn because things aren't going well or you just want to rack up more damage, you have Disaster Shock. You have guaranteed paralysis. Obviously, the Pecharunt, I think they got a little confused with, drawing cards and doing all that. But that's what happens when you paralyze them. You whip out those grippers and they just can't focus. And Critter Jason, yeah, I knew I recognized your name. I knew I recognized you, and we were talking about how you just got paralyzed because you were facing such a massively awesome player. And that's why you made that one oopsie that one time. And I'm sorry that you made that oopsie with forgetting about the retreat and the Pecharunt, but that's just what you get blinded. You get blinded by someone who's just so amazing at this game, a living legend. I'm on the Mount Rushmore of PDCGL players. I am the Mount Rushmore of PDCGL players. I am the Senate. All right. I think we're 1984. Wow. Can I have more things to spend my crystals on? I really don't need anything. All right. We're facing off against Sir. Yes, sir. Which is what Tron Girl says to me every night. 2 wins has gotten as a Sith Lord. Hey, just because I only won because my opponent made like back-to-back mistakes doesn't mean I'm a bad player. But yeah, Critter Jason, I think you already know, just all you needed to do to win that game was the turn where you Pecha-runted and then retreated. You needed to not retreat in the Kangaskhan, you would have won. But we'll just chalk that up to just being starstruck. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so Mochi was prized. Yeah, we were talking about that on stream. I was saying, if you have a Mochi, you win. And what was your ace spec? That's what I'm curious about. I'm bi-curious about what you're selling. Precious. Okay, so it wasn't Sparkling Crystal or Neo Upper. Interesting. I mean, if you start the Stun Fist, you gotta use the Stun Fist. Those are the rules. It doesn't matter if I have Badoo or not. Doesn't matter if that's the correct call. You get the Stun Fist, you use the Stun Fist. I don't care that I'm losing, like, my best cards for no reason other than to just say that I used the Stun Fist. Oh, wow, this was terrible. This was a horrible draw here, but that's fine. We're gonna go and get... What we got? We got 2 Frostlass. We have 1 rare candy. I think we just get the Snow Run, right? They started a Fez and did basically a draw pass, which is all we really need. Oh wait, I thought I was going first, but I'm being nice to them. It's totally fine. I'm just being nice to them. Oh, I shouldn't have been nice to them. I thought I was going first because, things were going well. Oh my god. Okay, I probably should have used Pouncing Trap. In retrospect, probably should have used Pouncing Trap. And, well, they're going to forget. They're going to think that I made an oopsie. They're not going to know. Nighttime Mine. Interesting decision. And I'm not leaving myself a note to cut out the beginning of this game if it makes it in the YouTube video. I would never do that. I would never do such a thing. YouTube audience, if you're wondering, nothing of note happened to skip to this point. Nothing interesting happened. It was all just, all normal stuff. All we're doing is just getting rid of this. It was just all normal things that, normally would happen. And there is our electric. Do I even want the electric? I think it's time to just start building up damage on the field. Right, we just go get the Frostlass. We start building up damage on the field. Because the only way they're knocking out my Tynamo is if they get energy switch. and they're stuck there for a long, long time. It would be nice if they took a knockout, though, right? If they could take a knockout of, like, somebody, that'd be pretty cool. But it... Oh, okay, there's the bosses. That's fine. They're going for the Frostlass. That's totally fine. Because you can't retreat. I can retreat. I can retreat. Yeah, that animation is so good. It's just a shaman that you didn't put that same amount of effort into the rest of the game. All right, so we go there. Retreat. How does math work? Right, we don't put any damage on this guy unless I do the math properly, right? Unless Trust Your Pilot is able to do the math properly. Let's see if I can do the math. So actually, no, if I put the 2 damage on it, it would get knocked out between turns. So I think I want to put 1 damage counter on it, right? If I'm a smarty pants, we would put 1 damage counter on the active Monkey Dory so it gets knocked out coming into my turn. Oh god. Okay, math. 40. Yes, we take 1 from the Monkey Dory, put it on the active, and this is how math works. Oh no, we're doing 130. Oh no, I forgot. I forgot the Stunfisk is a really good card. I forgot the Stunfisk is actually a really good card. Damn it. And I did the math perfectly too. That's the worst part, is I did the math absolutely. I couldn't have done the math more perfectly. Because it was going to get knocked out coming into my turn. And then, of course, I was like, all right, Pouncing Trap, boost the damage you deal by 100. Well, you live and you'll learn. This is my first real stream. Sorry, first real YouTube video. I do all these exclusively for YouTube. Everyone press 1 that I do these exclusively for YouTube, and they don't appear anywhere else. But yeah, so they can't retreat and they take 100 more damage. It is kind of funny because when this card was first announced, I made the preview video and I said, oh man, this would be insane with Mega Lopunny. And then everyone came out and was like, oh no, the translation might be wrong, and it might be that it's only the Stunfisk does it, but then it came out in English and it was like, no, anyone does the extra 100. So I will look into doing like a bunch of decks with Stunfisk. I'll look into doing a bunch of decks with Larry's Kamala Harris. And there's Claw of Darkness. Well, take your pick. There's not really anything you can choose that would screw me over that much. I guess you can get rid of the Iono or something, or the Rare Candy, but that doesn't really matter. That is fine with me. Okay, so I could Luminous the Monkey Dory and confuse them and just see what that does. But I mean, we're probably just going to Iono them and see how that goes. Because their Monkey Dory hasn't done anything this game. And if I just get another... Yeah, if I just get like another Monkey Dory, we should be totally okay. All right, well, let us Iono. I'd really like an Electric here. That would be PogChamp. I'll take a Frostlass. It's not quite what I wanted, but I'll take it. And yeah, we got to make sure that we start setting up damage on the Monkey Dory. We need to knock out their Monkey Dory. That is very important. And FM Boss? No, I did not buy a life-size Gardevoir doll. I bought multiple. There's 7 days in a week. You got to buy 7 of them. You know, 1 for each day of the week. I mean, they're not really in a position where that Monkey Dory is going to do anything. They would have to get another Monkey Dory and an energy switch to really make something happen. And PDC GL Dev, I just fixed your glitch for you. Okay, so they got it. And they got Blindside? They got the TM Blindside on my Monkey Dory. Never thought I'd see the day. They got the Arven for energy switch, TM Blindside. I believe Blindside is 100 damage to someone with a damage counter on them. And they're going to go get another monkey. So they got everything they needed. Unless they don't have another monkey. Nope, they have their third one. All right, so we lose now. And it's definitely not because I made a misplay at the beginning of this game. Definitely not because of that. It's because we were just outplayed. You know, that's all it was. We were just outplayed. And Beefy Sea Dragon, If your two choices are those, go with Hops Trevenant. If those are your two choices, Hops Trevenant is the best choice. And there's The Blind Side. And not the Sandra Bullock movie. All right, so there goes the monkey. They're really avoiding the Dynamo. If I'd been able to get set up, this would be really good for us. But of course, that's not a thing. All right, they have double monkeys, which is bad. So you gobble them down like a Mega Mawile is what you're saying. Okay, there's a Pokepad. That's a playable card. That is absolutely a playable card. Let's go get Electric. I mean, actually, I could get this Eelektross, which is kind of funny. Yeah, let's get the Eelektross and see what happens. Because they're not going to be expecting the Eelektross play. No one ever expects the Eelektross play. And then, of course, we get the stupid Mega Eelektross. Well, I'm still going to do the thing. What does the baby eel do? Wins this game. Wins me this entire... Actually, I'm probably not going to win, but, you know, we'll try. We will try. And I don't remember what's in the deck, but we're about to find out. Let's go... I mean, Headbolt doesn't really do a whole lot. Let's hit him with the old Night Strike. Actually, we can hit him with the old... No, we don't want Countercatcher. I guess... yeah, we'll go Rare Candy. We'll go Rare Candy. Right? Rare Candy? Do I want Rare Candy? Hang on, what's in here? Stunfisk? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Story of my life. And then we go Rare Candy, the Dynamo. Okay. So if I go 1, 2, 3, and then I suction, if I suck them off, then we bring this guy up, we knock him out. Did it just do 110 damage to the Monkey Dory? Did it just, it looked like it did 110 damage to the Monkey Dory. So I'll show you what the Eelektross does, but no one ever expects it. So Suction Shock. Switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active. If you do, it does 60 damage, and then you can also paralyze it. So I'm not saying it's good, but I just wanted to put one of the baby Eelektross in the deck. The other one is just a straight 60 to their active and maybe paralysis. And for 4 energy, it can do something crazy if it works, and then they just get the darkness energy. But this is what I needed to avoid, is just them being able to one-shot my Mega Eelektross. Luckily, right now, they're not doing so hot. What exactly was the point of that? Wouldn't the Monkey Dory have been knocked out if they hadn't done that? Okay, all right, that's fine. If I'm able to get a... Okay, there's the bosses on the Eelektross. Yep. Okay, so they'll go Claw of Darkness. And then I'm in a situation where I have to essentially de-evolutionify them, which is something I can very easily do. And if I can do... Yeah, because the Monkey Dory will get knocked out coming into my turn. I don't care about the Punk Helmet because I'm not going after that guy. And Beefy Sea Dragon, you're right. I laughed my non-existent socks off. All right, so expert level gameplay here. As long as they don't get rid of the air balloon. Don't go for the air balloon. Oh, they should have gone for the air balloon. Air balloon is the game-winning card. They don't believe. They don't believe in the pilot. They don't believe that I'm in control of this plane. So the Monkey Dory gets knocked out coming into their turn. I knock out the Pidgeotto. So we go air balloon. Flip the script. We do need the de-evolution. Well, that's fine. I mean, I said we needed the de-evolution, which is technically correct. So I guess we have to go get it. All right, so de-evolution, Countercatcher. Not that it really matters. Actually, what's in the deck? I don't have a baby Frostlass. I guess I just go for Night Stretcher? Butt Scratcher? Okay. And I have... Oh, I should have gone for Super Rod for Monkey Door, because then I could have grabbed a monkey. I could have spanked the monkey, but I didn't do it. Okay, well, we'll retreat. And I have a Badoo. I have a Badoo in the deck. But I guess we go get Stunfisk. Have Stunfisk in the hand. Get rid of the Actually, we can get rid of the Ultra Ball. Get 2 energy out of the deck. And I haven't attached this turn, so that's good. And then we don't suck them off. We just go de-evolution. I mean, if I suck them off, what's going to happen? Well, actually, I'm going to try and suck them off. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Press 1 if you think I can suck them off properly. Oh, I did suck them off. Oh, this is great. They were so shocked by how much I suctioned them. See? You got to look at, when you have the Megas, you got to look at the other ones. You flip heads, they're paralyzed. What are they going to do? Monkey Dory's knocked out. I did waste the de-evolution, but I just wanted to do it. And Beefy Sea Dragon, I'm always spanking the monkey. All right, this was kind of a dumb idea. Now that I think about it, this is pretty stupid, and I don't know why I did it, but it was funny. Okay, I made so many misplays this game, it's not going on the YouTube video. But being able to suck them off is always fun. Unless they have a switch card or a prime catcher. Oh no, Precious Trolley was their ace back. So as long as they don't have a Guzma, we'll be okay. But I mean, what if I sucked them off twice in a row? Then I think it gets in the YouTube video. So YouTube audience, if this game is still going, you're about to watch me suck them off super hard. Again. The first time wasn't to completion. This time will be to completion, and they'll just be tapped out after that. They'll be like, using all of your mana in a turn with magic. They'll be tapped out. Get it? Get it? Or it'll be like me when my head is between Zarina's thick thighs. They'll tap out. No, that was the joke, Beefy. Did they just put a lively stadium in play? Did they just seriously hit me with a lively stadium? And that's going to lose me the game here. So we retreat. And we go, into you. Sure, I may as well put the Dynamo down. What's that going to do? Lose me the game? I'd like to see them try. And then, we'll keep the hand. So if we suck them off, and we go Suction Shock on the Latias, got the stupid lively stadium, am I right? And that FM boss, didn't they shut that off like years ago? Oh, we didn't do it. All right, so they just need a Gust card and they win. Hey, 4 of the wins here. How you doing, bruv? And you resubscribe. You gave me money? Wait, does this mean you're out of ideas? Does this mean you came here looking for ideas? Because you don't have an idea? Wait, you're not going to EOIC, are you? Because it's last format. Only nerds would play a last format. I know. The crappy thing with Ascended Heroes is that it gave us so many new ideas for decks, but none of them are really that good. And Taram, I didn't have a retreat. I would have needed the Prime Catcher, but of course that was prized. All right, so we'll do one more game with the Frostlass build in solidarity with 4 of the Win, who's always whacking off while watching me and thinking about me. All right, last one. And then we'll switch to a different one. But yeah, like, Canary makes Bellybolt better. Zekrom makes Zoroark better. There's, Charizard Y, which you just did in a video, which For the Win just made a video on youtube.com/ British man pours peanut butter on his feet / backslash hot stuff. All right, this is going to be the zero mistakes. I'm not going to let For the Win distract me with those feet, those grippers that I know are hiding in those socks. I know what you got hiding in there, For the Win. It's not going to work. You're not going to distract me. Yeah, that's another thing that, you look at, like Tricky Jim. Tricky Jim is, posting more, like original, not gameplay videos content. Well, this is a pretty crazy hand if I'm going second, and we're going first. All right. There's Kangaskhan. Okay. There's an Earthen Vessel. That's interesting. I mean, I guess we get rid of the monkey and then we go... Oh, well, we prized our darkness energy. Well, that changes things dramatically. There's no way they're taking a knockout. I don't need to retreat. There's no way they're taking a knockout. But yeah, so you look at Mahone, very rarely... That's the second raw trolley. It's... Oh, this is great. As long as they don't have the stupid turbo energized energy, we'll be fine. Well, yeah, British people and Canadian people, oh my God, how did they get everything? Yeah, the raw trolley is always better, but British people and Canadian people, we gotta renew our relations, For the Win and I, we've got a heated rivalry. Huh? Get it? We've got a heated rivalry. We renew our relations very often. Well, now we're just in a really weird position. I'm not quite sure what to do because actually if I item lock them, that stops an energy switch. So in this situation, I probably just go for the Snow Runt. I will manually attach to the Dynamo. In this matchup specifically, I have to not put Frostlass into play for as long as possible. I mean, I can put the Mega Frostlass into play. That'll actually be kind of goated. But it's about making sure I don't put the other Frostlass into play for as long as possible. And it'd be really cool if we got an Electric this game. I don't think I've had an Electric like the entire way here. All right, so de-evolution is useless. We have no energy in the discard pile. I should hold on to the air balloon for as long as possible. And yeah, just Itchy Pollen. Because they're in a really tough situation where they don't know that I have Mega Frostlass. And this is why I decided to just put a single copy in here, is because if we run up against Mega Kangaskhan running double Bouffalant, well, guess what? If they don't put a Bravery Charm on that Mega Kangaskhan, it gets knocked out next turn. Crap. Okay, well, it doesn't get knocked out next turn, but that hand wasn't exactly perfect. We could get Rare Candy. Oh, crap. Okay, well, we're still going to shut off their items. As long as they don't find bosses, we should be fine. But I think I'm still just in a Lily's situation. But if you're ever wondering how do you win this matchup, just watch what Trust Your Pilot is doing right now. All right, so there's no tool that helps me. I do have Power Glass, but I don't have one of the pieces. I would need to have either Rare Candy or Ultra Ball in my hand. So in this situation, I think we just attach the Luminous to the Monkey just to get that down there. Because I have 2 more Luminous. We did prize our Darkness Energy, which is fine. There's an Electric, which I think we don't. Sure. They probably have a boss's energy and they're going to do the thing. But I also just have double Electric. Right? So if they knock out one Electric, I have a backup one. I think we're in a good position. The question is, do I put one Frostlass down? Because it might be time to start doing that. Especially if I've item locked them. I don't want to, but I think it's time. Right? Because I'm going to be able to get a Mega Eelektross next turn. And that's going to be able to start split bombing. And they can't protect everyone on their side of the field. They're most likely going to prioritize the Bouffalante first. But what we know right now is they can't energy switch. So they would have to Crispin if they want to attack with Mega Kangaskhan and put an energy on a monkey. They can't energy switch. They can't knock out my Badoo this turn unless they have Mega Kangaskhan. And just remember, this is a deck that, yes, it loses Turbo Energize, but it can still Petrol for Precious Trolley, which I hate saying so much. I refuse until I'm forced to believe that Petrol is a playable card, which is, if you don't know, Petrol is just go get any trainer from your deck, whereas Arven is item and tool. Petrol is any trainer. Ooh. Odd no. I mean, there's better versions, but you have to play Petrol. Did they take an action in time? Oh, they're not even here. You butt face. Your face is shaped like a butt. Yeah, I said it. I said it. All right, well, we just itchy pollen. We retreat. We go into this guy. We I-know. Yeah, but it's Team Rocket's Petrol, so it also works with Team Rocket's Factory, which is a very funny thing. All right, well, let's... I guess we heal the electric. Yeah, I guess. And we'll put 20 there. And then it's a split bomb into Monkey. So we get... Pheasantipity doesn't activate if they have one. The only way they can win now is if they get very, very lucky with Mega Eelektross, but they also have to be here. I'm choosing to believe that they are here. They just got very angry. And Hunter, that's what I don't like. See, I told you. They just had a nothing hand. They were here. They just rage quit and didn't want me to get the satisfaction. You know, they're like the Rolling Stones. They didn't want me to have the satisfaction. Oh, crap. Well, if they're able to flip, I think, 2 heads, they got it. And I only have myself to blame for this. But they're probably going to put the darkness on the one that's less damaged. Oh, they put it on the one that's more damaged. Okay. Oh, right, because they have energy switch. That's right. All right. Energy switch from... I mean, they have to energy switch from the Monkey Dory. The thing they did very early that I questioned was when they put a Psychic on the Bouffalante instead of going for another Darkness for another Monkey Dory. My assumption is that they had a lot of Darkness energy in their hand. And FM Boss, well, don't forget that Petrol is the only way to find a turn 1 Precious Trolley. And that's GG. So I played this perfectly. I'm literally the #1 Mega Eelektross player in the world. And all I need to do to win this game is just find another ball sack to play with. All right, so then we go... I mean, I guess it's Mega Eelektross, so we don't let that one keep getting hit. Power Glass on this guy. I guess Power Glass on this guy. We still do have another Luminous somewhere, which means I'm okay doing this. And then we Adrenabrain 3 from the monkey onto this guy.
I've been on this carousel for too long.
And Nick, thank you for the sub. You can never be on a carousel for too long. That's you know, the only way you can get off the carousel is if you puke and then, you know, the carny gets mad at you. Okay, we are in a great spot. I think we go for the Frostlass now. Oh, we don't have the Frostlass. That is unfortunate. Well, in this situation, I believe we go for the Snow Runs. And here it's just Disaster Shock. They are shocked with how disastrous this game has been going, am I right? Even when I prize my second Frostlass and, you know, I never get the Mega Frostlass, we know that's in the deck. But, like, this is exactly how you play the game. You can't let your opponent beat you off. And for the win, this is what I was talking about, is you pair it with Frostlass, you just paralyze whenever you want to. Split Bomb deals with Monkey Dory. That's the big thing. is, you know, the title for the YouTube video is going to be Perhaps I Judged Mega Eelektross EX too harshly, is you pair it with Frostlass, this guy deals with the Monkey Dory, right? That's the main thing that I wanted to do, is that you just, hey, you need to deal with Monkey Dory? Well, here you go. Here's someone who does exactly that. And Walking Playable Sleep is technically better. They got the Jumbo Ice Cream. That's unfortunate. Energy switch, but wait, that they're going to switch from the Mega Kangaskhan? Okay, that's fine. They are giving me more time to play with myself. And I also just have, oh, I had the energy. Yeah, I've gone a little too crazy with Frostlass, but this is what post-rotation is going to be. Post-rotation is literally just going to be Frostlass Monkey Dory everywhere, or you're playing Lucario or Dragapult. That's it. And yeah, that for the win, you know, he hasn't done nearly enough feat reveals, but, you know, we let it slide. Like, my tongue down is, okay. I have a free retreater in the Badoo. I don't currently have an attack. They got the stupid Lively Stadium. All right, well, I guess we Prime Catcher the Mega Kangaskhan since it can't really do anything right now. And yeah, we go, oh, wow, that was... that was interesting. PDCGL did not like doing that. Worst case scenario is I just split bomb, but then we got everything we needed. So there's Frostlass, and we go into this guy. We paralyze again. I don't need any of these cards anymore. And I mean, if I do need the Fez or something, we can get that. All right, again, I played this perfectly. You can't doubt your pilot. You can never doubt your pilot. Okay, those are the rules. You're not allowed to do that. And then we go 1, 2, 3. And Disaster Shock one more time. There is a world where this backfires on me. But I have a Split Bomb next turn, right? They focus their deck. You know, this deck doesn't really play switches. Doesn't play Prime Catcher. It's just... it doesn't need to play switches because you're not expecting to face a paralysis deck in this day and age. And if you're going to face a paralysis deck, you're like, oh, that's fine. I'll just use my Monkey Dory. Oh, you want to paralyze me? It plays Jet. Never don't let me down. Do not embarrass me in front of the YouTube audience, okay? They're playing Jumbo Ice Cream. That is their tech. They do not have Jet Energy. They do not have Penny. They do not have any of those cards because they went for, oh, God. Okay, that is unexpected. That is unexpected. I was not expecting the Iron Leaves into whatever the hell is about to happen. Fun fact, though, Counter Catcher will get activated here. And yeah, technically, I wasn't wrong. But the fun fact is that Counter Catcher does get activated here. Nah, we're fine. We're fine. Oh, crap. They haven't used their Monkey Dory yet. Well, Badoo, funnily enough, doesn't get knocked out here. So I believe that's game on... yeah, I just have to knock out their Mega Kangaskhan. I can knock out a Bouffalont. So yeah, all I have to do is just knock out one Bouffalont. That sets up their Mega Kangaskhan. Does it? Oh, God, I don't know. This is... you never expect the Iron Leaves slap down from hand into destruction. Okay. This adds a wrinkle. It's like Gordon Ramsay's face over the years, just getting more wrinkly. All right. Rapid fire combo. I can't paralyze because I don't have an electric down. I can split bomb. And to be fair, as long as I don't put the Fezandipity... oh, I kind of have to put the Fezandipity down. Or I can just Badoo them. Right, I can knock out a Bouffalont. I don't have to put the Fez down. If I put the Fez down, that might be a game-losing card. Okay, so if we can knock out a Bouffalont if I need to this turn. There's a switch. Great timing, buddy. Oh, I'm in such a weird spot right now. Okay, so if I bring up this Bouffalont and then do the thing... you know what? I'm gonna go for it. Let's not be boring. You know, the correct play is to not put the Fez down and then just hide my balls. Oh, this is great. So we got everything. And then, yeah, we'll put the air balloon there. We go counter catcher, the Bouffalont that doesn't have anything on it because it has a 2 retreat cost. We hit him with the Ino. There's, oh yeah, the goated de-evolution. What would I do without that de-evolution right now? And in this situation, I mean, the Monkey Dory is going to take 4. What's more concerning, that they flip 2 heads on a Kangaskhan or that they bump the Lively Stadium and knock out my Fez? I mean, both kind of have similar chances, but I think the more likely scenario is that they knock out my Mega Eelektross. So let's go 1, 2, 3. And you know what? Let's make this a fun one. Let's make this a fun ending. Let's give them a chance to do all the things. Let's make this a real fun ending. We're going to split bomb the Kangaskhan and the Virizion. I know the Kangaskhan takes nothing, but I couldn't really hit anybody else. Well, let's make this interesting. Let's give them a chance to win. You know, you had the spicy iron leaves, but you wasted your balloon. I'm a Mega Kangaskhan away from winning. Double Bouffalon are about to get knocked out. I have a Luminous Energy. There's a switch somewhere in the deck if I need it. I have a Monkey Dory. Everyone can retreat. And never gonna let me down. That was my thought, is that I knock out a Bouffalon, but I want to make this interesting, right? This is going in the YouTube video because it's such a long, grindy game, and I perfectly showed you how to beat a deck that looks like it's going to be pretty good post-rotation because it, like, doesn't lose a whole lot. There it is. There it is. Oh my God. They bumped their own stadium. They did the unthinkable. They bumped their own stadium. So my Monkey Dory's getting knocked out between turns. Do they have the knockout on my Fez? Do they have counter catcher? If they go for Fez, that doesn't do anything because I didn't take a knockout last turn. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to have happen, is have something interesting happen. So my Monkey Dory gets knocked out between turns. And I can gust up this guy. Here we go. They got to see. I told you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no. No. What? No. No. What? I play it. I wanted to. I wanted to make that a fun game. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to have that be a fun ending. Not that fun of an ending. So what I should have obviously done if I wanted to win is I should have just attacked with Badoo, and then they wouldn't have been able to do a whole lot. Well, that's staying in the congratulations, YouTube audience. You got to see me just get my butt pounded. I just, you know, like a Pokemon in Legends Arceus getting hit from the back, I just took some huge back shots from XN27. Yeah, I never flipped 6 heads. I never just flipped 6 heads with the Dunsparce, let alone 6 heads in a row. So again, I played that perfectly. I did nothing wrong. Everything that happened that game was played perfectly. I just couldn't, you know, plan on them hitting 6 heads at the end of the game with Kangaskhan. All right, let's go to Manectric because Manectric is funny. So this is the go first one, right? This is the go first one. And I would like to point out, I never had these issues before For the Win showed up. I never had any issues getting it up with my win in regards to my win rate until For the Win showed up, but now I'm just getting bodied everywhere. All right, so sorry, I almost went second. And For the Win, hey, I'm going to pin that. Everyone's going to know that you're a degenerate. Everyone's going to know that that accent is just a facade. Oh, wow, this is a terrible start. Oh, okay. You know, the fun fact about this deck, you know, you might not know this, but the fun fact about this deck is that I played Carmine and Tapu Koko and 10 Energy and 4 Lilies and what the hell? Wow, this is like this deck was popular in like September. Didn't I play this for one stream and then I never touched it again? So, you know, having the electric is good, but you know what's not good is having the electric in an unplayable hand. So yeah, the electric is good, but having an unplayable hand is not. All right, if they want to knock out my main electric, they can go for it. You know, this game is doomed anyway. Yeah, if you get Energy Search Pro and get all the things, you can have it. Man, 6 heads in... I've never flipped more than, I think, 2 heads in a row at Kangaskhan. And they flipped... So they got it. They got it. I'll concede. I'll save everyone the time. Because they'll have to, you know, attach and do math and stuff. So, I guess we have to make this deck faster? What are you, Gwen Stefani? Are you Critter Gwen? So we have 3 Carmine. There's a Wally's Compassion. There's Canary. I mean, I guess if I want to go first, I don't want to have Canary. Oh, wait, I don't have Miraidon in the deck. I guess we want Miraidon in here. And if there's no generator, then we don't really need a ton of energy. Okay, so Palpad. We can get rid of the... Let's just go 4 Carmine. Miraidon. Do I want 2 Pokepad? I guess. But I mean, we have Canary, so it's like a good start probably matters more than anything. But let's just try to get the turn 1 going first turn. And Never Gonna Let Me Down. I think I made a video on it. Walking Plane. Light Ball's already released. Well, no, we want to go first. Isn't Call Bell going second? Isn't Call Bell only on turn 2 or whatever? Yeah, it's only if you go second and only during your first turn. So please choose to go second, Bellatrix Lestrange. Yeah, Light Ball is already out. But Never Gonna Let Me Down. I made a video on that, I think, right? I made a video with pairing Alakazam with Golden Go and somebody else, I think. Hey! Nick, you don't have to... How many times have I misplayed this entire stream? Walking Plane, I featured it in the old decks with new cards video. What do you mean get to deck building? It's literally in the old decks with new cards video for Ascended Heroes. But Nick, how many times have I told you a card is good or not, or does the thing that doesn't do? You don't need to apologize for trying to be helpful. You know, you don't need to apologize for being a handy card. I still can't believe the TCG Pocket dev was like, hey, we could call these helpful cards, staple cards, useful cards. Nah, we're going to call them handy cards. You know, someone at the Pokemon Company is just as weird as we are. They're one of us. Okay, so we got the Tapu Koko, Carmine, and oh dear God. So good news, we got Carmine. Bad news, everything else. Also, they're not here. You know, as soon as you cut the pal pad, PDC Jail's just like, hey, what if I screwed you over? Hey, that's pretty good. Okay, so we go Air Balloon. I'm going to play with my balls. I know I shouldn't get rid of this, but again, I don't think they're here. Then we go for Tapu Koko. No, I featured Light Ball. I featured Light Ball is what I was trying to get at. All right, so we got everything. This is great. And then we also got the Battle Cage. This is also great. This is... Wait, am I an expert deck builder? Is Trust Your Pilot actually good at this game? What is happening? Something's wrong with the world. Everyone, check your doomsday clocks. Something's going on here. You know, if they were here, we'd be able to see if I'm actually... Oh, God. Well, the nice thing is you can use Fast Flight twice. You can use Fast Flight twice if you really need to. Naturally, I have 0 energy in the discard pile in a deck that's designed to put energy in the discard pile. You know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, apparently. But if I do what I'm about to do, we don't have a turn next turn, right? I'm gonna Fast Flight and get rid of everything. But we're gonna lose our switch when they probably have a jamming tower. They're gonna mount and Badoo me, which is really bad. Oh wow, that's terrible. Can I top deck an energy, please? No. All right. Well, we're going Fast Flight again. Things are going terribly. Just wanted to point that out. Things are going quite terribly right now. I also can't click on my discard pile. There we go. No, Sprigatito is not rotating. I've mentioned this so many times. Sprigatito is staying in standard. It is not rotating. It's not going anywhere. So the really cool thing about this is that I've been able to discard a lot of cards. You know, if my strategy with this deck was to discard a ton of cards, I have succeeded in that. I have done a great job doing that. Because it's a new card. What do you mean? It's because it's a brand new card. It's because it's a new set that came out. All right, well, we're going to have to get rid of the Badoo here. And then we go Extreme Current. So they're probably going to knock out a Dynamo if I had to guess. I mean, I'm not even at 100 subs. You want me to bend over backwards and take back shots from you like I'm a Voltorb? A Hisuian Voltorb? Yeah, but it's not a new card. Oh, also, wait, they have a 0 card hand? I wasn't paying attention. I'll play one more with this list because realistically, we're 1 game away from getting a YouTube video, which means I am nonplussed right now. You know, I realistically just wanted to show off the Tapu Koko to see if it's good. Maybe we have to play multiple Tapu Koko. And Walking Plane? No, because then if you don't start the Cinderace, then it's just 4 dead cards in your deck. No, okay, I could make Sprigatito work, okay? And they got the counter catcher. Literally a 2-card hand, and they got the card they needed. All right, well, I can stretch her out, which is always nice. Press 1 if you want to see me stretch her out. Press 1 if you want to see me stretch your Bellatrix Lestrange here. All right. Then we go and get the Tapu Koko. I can also get an Electric if that's how energy works. All right, so Extreme Current, discard, and energy. So I only need 3 on the Tapu Koko, which is really good. We're doing, what, 120? So we'll hit him with the max belts. We'll hit him with that. And then we stretch her out here. Electric. I only have one more Night Stretcher because Super Rod rotated or is rotating. So the list I took this from is not playing Super Rod. All right, and then we go Vengeful Shock. They are paralyzed, which is cool. And then we can just Extreme Currents next turn. We discard an energy. I have Zekrom prepped and ready to go. Ooh, that's an Ino. That's really good. But I was looking at this. I was like, hey, Tapu Koko is kind of cool. Tapu Koko is kind of playable, right? Especially if you're going for the whole paralysis thing. Like, this might be just like a good backup card in the Frostlass build. But I think, you know, the A-Spec being Prime Catcher, I think, and the other one is fine because, you know, you want to be able to paralyze one Pokemon, then Prime Catcher and paralyze somebody else. All right, that seems a little much there. All right, so we'll put the energy on the Electrike. So, you know, I have ideas. I have good ideas. I'm a fart smeller. There's an electric. Okay, so do I evolve into the Mega Manectric here is the question. We have Battle Cage. They're going to have access to Counter Catcher. But I think we still do it just to, you know, not let our Manectric get knocked, or our Electrike get knocked out. And the crazy thing is, if they want to knock out my Tapu Koko, is they have to blow their Dusclops on the Tapu Koko. And I mean, the Battle Cage is going to stop them from doing anything else anyway. But how can anyone look at Mega Dragonite and be like, oh, that's better than Mega Manectric? No, Mega Manectric is a stage 1. It works with Electric Generator. It doesn't require a water energy. It has 3 attacks essentially compared to 1 on Dragonite. How is there a world where anyone thought that this was okay? I don't think they... Oh, they're going to probably go Counter Catcher, but they still have to bump the Battle Cage. I don't think they realize that the Battle Cage is still in play. And they're about to concede. Oh, there we go. There's the Badoo. No, there's the Badoo. And no, for the win, you have to blindly agree with me. I am the streamer. You have to blindly agree with me. Wait, there's no way this is going to the YouTube video. Did I just absolutely sauce them up? Like a gardener? Like, watch this. Watch how cool I am. Oh, wow. That's a handy right there. Because if they take a knockout, my Mega Manectric one-shot to Dragapult. So, randomly, the Tapu Koko is really good. They were so focused on knocking out the Tapu Koko that they forgot that, oh, you know, Mega Manectric is a better Dragonite. Because if this was Dragonite, there was no way I had any shot to do anything. Right? If this was a Mega Dragonite deck, what, it helps me switch? And to Burger King? Well, no, it was in Japan. Right? Like, people in Japan are playing Dragonite more than Manectric. Everyone was talking about it on the Twitter sphere. You know, so-called sexperts were talking about it. But no, trust your pilot new. You can trust this guy. I told you yesterday's stream. I have like an 80+% prediction rate. Wait, I still have that saved on my desktop. Is that your way of saying you want to see it again? Press 1 if you want to see it again. I should still have it on my desktop somewhere. Oh, press 1 if you want to see it. Who wants to see the bonsai butthole? Who wants to see it? Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, you're getting swallowed by the butthole again. Oh, no. Oh, they just used Jamming Tower. I'm about to lose this game. Oh, the butthole. Oh, why are you so sad about showing your butthole? All right, there you go. You want to see Electrode too? You want to see the Electrode? Okay, so there's the Electrode hole. Also, we won this game. I'm talking about buttholes all day. Oh no, it's coming for you. It's coming. Okay, yeah, we won this game, by the way. You know, imagine being Bellatrix Lestrange, and then you're like, oh, I got to face a streamer. I wonder how that game went. You're like, oh man, I faced a streamer. I really want to rewatch that game and see how it went, and, you know, the expert commentary, you know, learn what I did wrong, you know, how I could have won that game. And then you tune in and it's like, oh, here comes the butthole. Also, I prized Miraidon and Pheasantipity, and the only thing I did that game was use Tapu Koko because I wanted to show off Tapu Koko that it can do things, and it turns out the Tapu Koko EX is actually kind of goated in this deck because it just buys you another turn, and Tapu Koko was the MVP, and also Mega Eelektross didn't do anything, so this can't be in the YouTube video, but that's kind of crazy. Only the VOD viewers will know. Yeah, I just realized I can't actually put that in the YouTube video because Mega Eelektross didn't do anything. It's called Being Canadian. And it's all, this is what happens when, you know how like there's the groundhog and the groundhog sees its shadow and it's like there's 6 more weeks of winter? Well, when Canadians experience an early spring in February, we get what's known as ocean madness because Canadians are surrounded by the ocean. So there's this effect off the ocean. It's sort of like when a cat sprays you in the face. You get that weird thing. Also, am I just never going to find the Tapu Koko? turn 1 anymore. Seems kind of unfair. Never gonna let me down. How many times have you given me money? Never gonna let me down. You say that, but then look at how many subs you've gifted. You're the #1 gift leader, and you've been subbed to me for 13 months. I think we can win this one. Even with PDCGL screwing me over, we can definitely win this one. You know, oh, wait, we prize the Tapu Koko? Cool. No, I mean, I know we have the EX in the hand, but we prize the good Tapu Koko is what I'm trying to say. And also no supporters. And hey, that's my favorite kind of person. So they're going to put their fingers in their secret box. I'm pretty sure we just lose this game now. And PMC Fool, it's been about as good as I thought it would be. It's been like an average deck. Right, it hasn't been good, hasn't been bad. It's just been eh. You know, if I just were able to get supporters, that'd be great. You know, supporters would really help me out. Yeah, because remember, Luminous Energy is rotating. So I know you all watched my video about the post-rotation format, is they're putting a water energy, earthen vessels out of the game, but energy search still stays. So you still have item-based ways to search, but with Arven gone, who cares? I mean, if I can top deck a Carmine, I'm okay with that. And you got bricked up 4 games in a row. Hey, I mean, that's why the tables aren't see-through, am I right? And a Burger King? Oh, yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh! I played the, like, constructed games. I don't really like Yu-Gi-Oh! PvP on me because there's just so much reading. I don't have time for that. Oh, well, there's a battle cage. Okay, well, let's go for the Stun Fist. Hey, then I wouldn't have a YouTube video. Then I wouldn't have a YouTube video. All right, well, let's Thunder Jolt. And for the win, hopefully you heard that. I still, you know, I don't put enough attention into my volumes and stuff on the OBS side. But I played Marvel Snap. I actually, you know, spent a month where I just really went hard on Marvel Snap. The problem with Marvel Snap is that you have to spend at least $50 every month to play it. So if you're not willing to spend $600 every single month, oh yeah, we definitely lose this one, then you can't really play Marvel Snap. All right, we'll get out of here. I can't even play the game, so that's 3 and 4. We'll stop playing this list because it's terrible. Because I kept trying to get the Tapu Koko and we never got it. So if I was playing an actual Mega Magnetric list, it would be a lot better. Yeah, if I didn't have the Stun Fist, but we can just get rid of that. Let's just play. Hey, speaking of Stun Fist, is this a go first build? Oh, I added, don't pay attention to the Zapdos. I added that last minute. Pay no mind to the Zapdos. It will not hurt you. What do we got here? Let's get rid of a Stun Fist. Let's get rid of a Dynamo. We have the Rotom. We have 1 Air Balloon. We have 1 Switch. 2 Earthen Vessel. 3 Jenny. And yeah, we have Power Glass. Let's get rid of the Turos scenario. We don't really, I mean, it'd be good to have, but I think it's a win more card here. Let's get an Ino and then probably 2 Arven. Because we have Prime Catcher, we have Counter Catcher. You know, this allows us to, you know, get Air Balloon, allows us to get Switch. I think this should work, right? I think it should work semi-decently. And Nick, I mean, I could, but I'm not really interested in it. I played Magic Arena quite a bit. I'm a big fan of Magic Arena. It's very pay to win, and if you want to be a free-to-player, it's not easy. But TCG, what do you mean if I ever did? Literally, my #1 most viewed gameplay video on the YouTube channel is when I played TCG Pocket. But no, Magneton. I'm just, I just wanted to focus on the electric part of it. What do you mean fake fan alert? How dare you for the win? I'm the biggest fan. You might call me a Rotom, I'm such a big fan. Huh? Huh? But no Magneton, just because I wanted to focus on the Eels exclusively. Though I guess one copy wouldn't be dumb. Or like a 1/1 line wouldn't be dumb, especially if you have Canary. Because then, you might be able to activate Counter Catcher, you can get Eelektross powered up. So, yeah, I mean, maybe if things go terribly. Hey, no, I hate TCG Pot. I would stop playing if I didn't think, oh, God. Okay, well, if we can just go turn 1, amp you very much, that'd be hilarious. Yeah, you like those feet? You like those toes? When life gives you lemons, you better hit double Jenny. Golly. All right. Well, let's get an energy in the discard pile. Let's hate life. And, I mean, I think we just win the game if I go handy. So let's see if we can't give him a handy here. And there's a Zapdos that I don't believe is going to be useful in this matchup. So let's get rid of this guy. Go 1, 2. What do I want to get? We have... I already attached an energy, which is regrettable at this point. But I can go Ultra Ball away those two. Get Miraidon, D's nuts. Is the de-evolution going to mean anything this game? It feels like it's not. And let's go for Tynamo and... I guess... Stunfisk? Because as soon as I cut out a Tynamo... PDCGL starts to hate me. All right, then we'll go Stunfisk. And turn. All right, if they're able to just go Air Balloon, Xatu, Slowking, Kyurem, we lose the game. Because they'll knock out Stunfisk, Tynamo. Well, I guess actually, yeah, Jet Energy would do it as well, but I don't think they're going to have it. Unless they have the perfect handoff of this Xatu, it's going to be very difficult. Because they literally have to go Air Balloon, Academy at Night, Kyurem, Jet Energy, and that's the perfect 3-card. Yeah, there was a very little chance that they'd get it. Well, that's interesting. Okay, what do we got? We got a switch. We got a Prime Catcher. Does that do anything? Not really. Does that do anything? Not really. So we don't really... Actually, the Power Blast could be interesting. But I think what I do here is we just go for the Jenny. Believe in the heart of the cards here. Let's Miraidon out. I mean, I guess, like, the Rotom is just something they can easily knock out, so maybe we don't want to put anyone else down. Hey, we got it. See, you don't even need to be good at Pokemon cards. You just need to give them a handy. Who needs to be good at Pokemon cards when you just give people handies all day long? That's the motto to live by. Who needs to be good at... Write that on a bumper sticker. Who needs to be good at Pokemon cards when you just give them handies all day? So they're in a situation where they can't knock out anyone on my bench. They have to knock out the Iron Hands this turn. They have to go get their Annihilate or their... Well, either their Conkeldurr or whoever else it is. They have to go and get somebody to knock out the handy because if they just go for Electric, Tynamo, Stunfisk, I'm taking 2 more prizes. Oh, that's bad. Back-to-back Hilda is a real feels bad. But, like, I want to get back into TCG Pocket, but Fantastical Parade literally broke the game in 3 ways. So, yeah, here comes the Iron Hands knockout. Way number 1, It's a big set with only one pack, so pulling cards is almost impossible. At least when it was 2 or 3 packs, you could open a pack and the hit rates were better. Number 2, they made single prize rewards awful. The first game will reward you with what you want. Then the next games are like, ooh, here's some shine dust. Ooh, here's some shine dust, everybody. You want some shine dust? So it's terrible. Yeah, so they have to knock out the hands. But then I can Natu. I can knock out the Natu, and maybe I can do a couple things. Okay. Ooh, that's interesting. So I have de-evolution, but again, I don't think it really matters. I'm going to have to two-shot everything anyway. So let's play with our balls, get rid of these guys. We'll go get the Fez, because we kind of need it. I will electric to myself. Remember, if you can't give someone else a handy, you better give yourself a handy. And then we go generator, see if we get an energy. We did. Do I actually want the energy, though? I mean, I can just knock out like Natu and set up a Slowking KO. So yeah, let's just go double Eelektross here and see what happens. Yeah, in terms of what you get for free, it's the best. Easily the best. That is insane. I am the best player in this entire game. And then we go Dynamotor to myself. And then we Lilies. There's a town store. Goated. All right, everything's coming up Millhouse. Oh, God. That's less good. We got rid of our de-evolution. Now the question becomes, how does Trust Your Pilot win this game? I go and get a handy. We go and give ourselves a handy. Exactly, see? We give ourselves a handy. I keep telling you this. You just gotta give yourself a handy. So we definitely hit the active Slowking. And then I guess I knock out the Natu. Because that just puts me one step closer to the edge. And I'm about to break. Like a Greninja. Now, is there any way that they can knock out the Eelektross aside from finding Annihilate? So they need Academy at Night, Annihilate. They knock out their own Slowking. And if they do that, I don't win the game because I don't have enough energy on the Iron Hands. Crap. Because I couldn't do math properly. But I don't think they had Annihilate. Yeah, they have Conkeldurr and Regigigas, but they don't have what they need. I mean, they got lots of stuff, just not exactly what they need. You know, yes, you have lots of Slowking, congratulations. Or you have lots of Slowpoke, but you need something else here. You need to find an Annihilate. You get the Annihilate, you're good to go. Yeah, they definitely think I'm watching something weird. I mean, they're not wrong. So why are they playing Ultra Ball and not Pokepad? Well, I mean, Lucky Ice Pop is what broke the game. That's the third thing. So number 1 was Fantastical Parade, being a singular pack for like 140 cards. Number 2 is they made single player rewards horrible. It's like, I don't even want to play in the background anymore. And then number 3 is Lucky Ice Pop can literally fully heal a Pokemon. I don't think they got, unless they have a supporter that I haven't seen yet. You know, they're going to have to... Yeah, I don't think there's any shot they got here. They put a Natu down. They should not have put the Natu into play. Yeah, Lucky Ice Pop. Heal 20 damage from your active. Flip a coin. If heads, heal 20 more. Well, no, they're clearly playing Ultra Ball. I think they're... Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, not a bad idea, FM Boss. All right, so they're taking the knockout. But they also have... Yeah, they're also kind of not in a great spot because they're knocking out their own Slowking. And if I had 4 electric generator instead of 3, we'd be in a great position. Well, we're going to INO them to 1 and then just sort of see what happens. I can also... Wait, if I have an Eelektross, we win, because then I just bring up a Slowpoke. Yeah, we just bring up a Slowpoke, so I think I just Pheasantipity, and if we have it, we win. Okay, chill, guys. And there we go. That's GG. See, I'm the #1 freaking PDCGL player in the damn world. And then we go Counter Catcher. Yeah, you should have been playing the Psychic types. So clearly, I think it's safe to say that they're not playing Pokepad, which is a massive mistake. There's no reason to be playing Ultra Ball when Pokepad exists. So my guess is they're playing an old list that they got from like some YouTuber who, you know, has an old video and a weird accent. Yeah, I've had a few people reach out and like, hey, you know, you're 2025, might be practicing for UIC. You can't do that here, though. You can't do that here. This is not the place for that. Yeah, maybe the Zapdos is kind of dumb. I just wanted somebody who can do a bunch of damage for very little. And clearly that was not correct. What do we got? So we have 3 balls to play with. We got Canary, we have INO, we have... I mean, this is a fine... It's a playable list, right? It's a playable list. It's not a good list. But it's absolutely playable. I think we're like 1456. You know, this deck has performed exactly as I expected it to, in the sense that it's about a 5 or a 50-50 win rate, 500, you know, team. Is Yandir some anime thing? Okay, so we want to go second. It is? Okay, some anime. Anytime there's a word I've never heard before, I'm like, yeah, that's probably some anime thing. Wowzers, this was almost an unplayable hand, and then it turned out to be a totally unplayable hand. Good God. But Jaw, I don't think they're playing Wondrous Patch, right? You don't really need Wondrous Patch in that deck, but if you have like reversals and stuff. I think, you know, how many times have I had an unplayable starting hand? This is kind of crazy. Seems like every single one of my starting hands is unplayable lately. They'll definitely go and get a Badoo or something, so I have to... Gotta hurry it up here. The Arven top deck is pretty good. We always have to be ready for a turn 2 Badoo from our opponent. I don't have the Rotom. I mean, they have a Monkey Dory in the active, so the odds are quite high that Stunfist would be able to get it up for us here. The problem with that is that I won't be able to give myself a handy next turn, but we also have Arven. So then I think we go for Stunfist, Iron Hands. We have all the things. I can go get a generator and an air balloon. I can't go get an air balloon. Oh, geez. Okay, well, we go for Arven for sure Power Glass. And switch, I guess. Because we still have Prime Catcher. I could also get Electric Generator and then just, you know, win. I mean, that seems like the fun thing to do, right? We just go get Jenny. And then if I hit 4 energy off of 3 Jenny. But also, I don't need to do that. You know, we could still get it off of this anyway. There's 1. All right, so we'll attach to you. We'll go Jenny again. There's 1 again. So you get an energy. You get an energy. I switch into Stunfist. So that was kind of a terrible turn, all things considered. Now, what I'm not going to do is forget that they take 130 damage next turn from Stunfist. The problem is, of course, is that they have their Dust Noir. Most likely, they're just going to wait until I put my Iron Hands in the active. They're going to go, yep, they're going to do all these things. If I had to take a wild guess, I'm going to say, I'm going to knock out this Monkey Dory. They're going to Dusclops my Iron Hands. They're going to Counter Catcher my Iron Hands, knock out my Iron Hands with Dragapult that they get fully powered up in 1 turn because they just naturally find the Neo Upper energy. I'm going to put 2 Dynamo down, they'll put a Hawlucha into play. They will knock out double Dynamo after their Hawlucha. And there you go. It's that simple. We have figured out their entire strategy. And, oh, you could have played the eye, you know. You could have helped me out a little bit. Somebody make a prediction? I mean, it's what happens every time you face Dragapult. They always have it. Especially when they just have the Fez, too. And Ultra Beast Kingdom, welcome in. How do you feel today? Do you feel electric? Okay, hang on. Here's a question. Oh, never mind. Questions are for nerds. So we go for double Dynamo. I can knock out the Fez at any point, which is good. I think I attached to you. We're going to put a Power Glass on you. Let's go Lilies. So the question is, do I not knock out the Monkey Dory here? I know that's a weird thing to say, is do I not knock out the Monkey Dory? Because then they would draw more cards, but they're already drawing a ton of cards. But it opens a spot. I mean, let's go triple Dynamo because we have all the electric. I think I just have to take the knockout. We know exactly what they're going to do, but I can still bosses next turn the Fez and then set up the Fez for like an Iron Hands KO. But remember, what I said is going to happen is that they're going to counter catcher the Iron Hands, Dusclops the Iron Hands, knock it out, put a Hawlucha down, knock out 2 Dynamo. And 21, unfortunately, that's too old for me, Ultra Beast Kingdom. So, yeah, I'm like the Leonardo DiCaprio of Pokemon streamers. So it's just, I have a, I'm more Leo than Leo. So I'm sorry to hear that you've turned 21. You know, it'd be much better if your age started with a 1. As soon as you get to that 2, oh man, you're just basically a boomer at that point to me. And Ultra Ball for, I say this is going to be a Hawlucha. I would not be surprised if this is Hawlucha and they don't actually go for the Dragon. Oh, they went for the Dragapult. But they haven't supported yet. You'd think they would have gone Hilda for evolution energy, but they must already have it all in their hand like that. And then they'll knock out the Dynamo with the Power Glass, or they'll just set up their Iron Hands. Oh, they got, okay, so they got, that's not counter catcher, that is bosses. But, okay, basically, they did what I said they were going to do, right? They basically did what I said they were going to do. You know, just it wasn't exactly how I said it would happen. And they didn't use the Dusclops. Oh, this is going to be interesting. So I can amp Dracloak. This is random. All right, so we go electric. I will. I mean, yeah, I guess I go for the Dusclops here, right? Because the Dusclops would ruin my life. Okay. And it doesn't necessarily help me out as much as I wish it did. But let's go for Zekrom. Because that is a card that exists. Well, we're probably going to find our air balloon, but I'm fairly confident that we're going to lose this one. Simply because, you know, they didn't take the knockout. It would have been better if they did take the knockout. But I told you we're going to get our air balloon. Unfortunately, they are going to Iono me, and we're going to lose every single one of our supporters. What do you mean Black Bolt and White Flare is the best set ever to release? This card is just a reprint of a card that already existed. They put one of the best cards in the set already existed. They didn't even change the HP or the retreat cost or the attack names or anything, but they don't let you reuse it because the wording is slightly different. All right, they're literally just a counter catcher I&O away from winning the game. Well, there's a Neo Upper. There's a Night Stretcher. So I guess they're going for Dusclops again? They're trying this again? Ooh, we can actually maybe make something happen here. Unless they got a Dragapult. What'd they get? Oh, they got a Monkey. Okay. There's Hilda. They'll go get a Dragapult. They'll set themselves up. We have a Zekrom. We have an Air Balloon. So wait, that's not an I&O. And they don't have an Unfair Stamp. So I'm actually going to be able to I&O them really, really low. And I can also stun Fisk them. Or I can just paralyze them with an electric. We're in a very awkward spot right now. That is for sure. Okay, so Zekrom should probably get the Air Balloon. There's a Prime Catcher. Great timing, buddy. And let's hit him with the Ultra Ball. So let's play with our balls. Get rid of Canary and... I mean, Arven gets me a Prime Catcher. Zeraora one-shots the Fez. Actually, do I just knock out the Fez this turn? Is that the play? Do I just honestly knock out the Fez and Dippity? Because if I knock out the Fez and Dippity, they have to take 3 prizes. They don't currently have game on board. Oh, geez, almost screwed that up. Obviously, I'm in a bit of a pickle here if I don't get the 3rd energy. So I have to get the 3rd energy here. That's, you know, we lose if I don't get the 3rd energy off of this I&O. You know what? I'm just going to Lilies. You know what? I was going to use I&O. Let's just use Lilies. I think we just need to guarantee we get what we need here. Because I'm feeling that they can't do it. Right? We go Thunder Raid, knock him out. And I can maybe make some things happen here. So they most likely knock out the dude. Maybe they'll put a Dusclops down. If they put the Dusclops down, that's going to ruin their life. And would be kind of funny. But, you know, I probably should have gone for Mega Eelektross Paralysis and then just I-No'd them. But we were potentially an energy short. If they go for a Dusclops... Oh, they didn't go for a Dusclops. Also, they have to knock out the Zeraora now. Because they can't take a chance that I'm only playing 3 Electric Generator. Like, obviously, I am only playing 3 Electric Generator. But they can't take that risk. Also, they did put themselves in a position where I can just, you know, pouncing trap the Latias. Uh-oh. There's bosses. So they're going for the Miraidon? Oh, they're going for the Zekrom. Okay. Interesting. So then I think I'm in a situation where I have to get the Prime Catcher. I don't think there's a world where I win if I don't get Prime Catcher here. So we need to go... yeah, I guess Mega... No, we'll go Zeraora in the active. Because again, we have to get the Prime Catcher. If I don't get Prime Catcher, that's easy GG territory. Canary does not help. You do not help at all, Canary. All right, so we have Fez. We have... Oh, we have Boss. We have Counter Catcher, but we don't need that. All right, well, let us go... Energy attach, I guess, to you. And then we'll go Lilies, because there's a chance we get the Fez, and if I get the Fez, that's another 3 extra cards. We got the Fez. The de-evolution does nothing. So I have to go Ultra Ball away the Eelektross and the de-evolution. Go get the Fez. And then we have to get the Prime Catcher. There's no ifs, ands, or smooth butts about it. We did not get the... We got nothing. We got nothing, I'm out. What was that about waiting in the shadows? They sound like me outside of For the Wind's house. All right, let's just play the heavy Jenny build. So this is, yeah, 4 Jenny. This is basically that last list, but, you know, better. Yeah, but what was that about hiding in the shadows and, you know, setting up cameras underneath For the Wind's desk? Because we all know he streams and uploads videos barefoot. So if you put the best placement for a camera is underneath the table. And Ultra Beast Kingdom, unfortunately, I cannot. We have to get a video out of this. And then I got to keep playing on the ladder. So we can't mess up the whatchamacallit, the trial, the scientific experiment. But For the Win, what are you cooking up right now? I will tell you that I'm cooking up Mega Eelektross today. I am looking at some fun decks, either pairing Audino or Kamala for Thursday. It's probably going to end up that randomly Kamala is better than Audino right now. Because again, we still have Turbo Energize. Kamala's only good if you... Or sorry, Audino's good if you get all the things. And then, of course, we get nothing. All right, well, let us... Yeah, I guess it's just attach and pass. Oh, Wood Trio Frostmoth? Yeah, the new Frost... The Frostmoth is bad. What I learned playing that... Yeah, what I learned is that giving your opponent cards is a bad idea. You know, I learned something very quickly with that deck is giving your opponent cards, not the smartest thing in the world, turns out. You know, who knew? Who knew giving your opponent cards, maybe not the smartest thing in the world? Yeah, imagine, you know, yes, you make Frostlass better, but you also give them cards, and that it's more ways to, you know, revenge KO. Oh my god, Deluxe Bomb? They got a Deluxe. Are they going to put it on the Kangaskhan? What are they going to do? Okay, so they put it on the Kangaskhan. That's hilarious because I'm not going to hit into it. My opponent is playing the spiciest of spice. They got a Deluxe Bomb on a Kangaskhan, but joke's on them because I have a turn 2 Mega Eelektross. All right, so we go for Miraidon D's nuts. I think we get double electric. And then we go Miraidon for Tynamo. Unfortunately, we don't really have anything going on next turn, which is highly unfortunate. Like, I can thin my deck further, but this has been what's happening all day. You're looking at that win-loss rate, and it's like, wow, Trust Your Pilot's really sucking butts here today. And so, well, I mean, I do that every day. But what's realistically happening today is that PDCGL is just giving me these types of hands. You have to add Hawlucha. But you can't find Hawlucha with Canary. All right, for the next list, I'll add Hawlucha for scenarios such as this, but you're never expecting to get, oh yeah, I'm going to get the turn 2 Rare Candy Split Bomb. That does not happen as much as you think. You know, the Hawlucha is good and all, but being able to just slap it down, but then it's a useless card. Then it just kind of sits there. Okay, they can attack with their Kangaskhan. but then they can't attack with a Charizard. And I will take 12 damage counters to the face, so as long as they flip tails, we'll be okay. If they flip tails here, we'll be okay. Or if I can top deck an energy, or if I can do literally anything, we will be fine. Literally anything will win us this game. Oh god, they have an Audino and a Charizard deck? Why? Do you hate happiness? Wait, what's a Psychic Energy? What is your deck? You have a Psychic... What's the Psychic Energy for? Okay, as long as they flip tails, we'll be okay, and they don't flip 6 heads in a row. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Are you kidding me? Again? Again with this? They flip... That's not fair. That is the meanest thing that's ever happened to me. All right, you know what? I'm bringing up a Mega Audino. All right, you know what? This is no more Mr. Nice Pilot here. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, I guess we do that. And then Dynamotor back to the electric. Actually, the Audino has a 1 retreat cost, so that's really bad. Well, I guess we're just going to hit end turn and see what happens. Because, you know, playable cards are nice, but when your opponent just has the turn 2 Charizard power up a Mega Kangaskhan and flips 4 heads, there's not a whole lot you can do. And now they have the Mega Audino. So I think what would happen is if they have a snow... What is happening? What is your deck? How did they get a boss? That's not fair. How'd you get a bosses? I was supposed to do this to you. Oh my god. Luckily, we do still have it. We still have the play that I was going to do. So I bring up the Charizard. And then how does Deluxe Bomb work? It has to be in the active. And then you only discard it when you place damage counters. So yeah, we have to bring up the Charizard, hit the Zard, knock out the Charmander, and then just hope that we make the biggest comeback in PTCGL history. That doesn't matter. Wait, so this is a Mega Frostlass. This is not a baby this is a Mega Frostlass. But again, what's with the psychic energy? All right, well, Zekrom's getting the air balloon. I'm going to electric to myself. And then we're going to bring up the Zard, hit the Zard, and there we... Oh my god, seriously? Well, we're going to have to Lily's next turn. And then we go Night Stretcher for Eelektross. Night Stretcher for energy. Oh, geez. And then Boss's hors d'oeuvres, this guy. Air balloon, this guy. Split bomb the Zard and the Charmander, because now they can't power up the Charmander in the active, and they have to get an air balloon or something. Oh, goody. Another Eelektross. Great. Obviously, it might have made more sense to hold off on taking a knockout, because this takes my Lilies from a Shuffle Draw 8 to a Shuffle Draw 6. But I'm A-okay with that. At least this way, it makes their life slightly more difficult. Oh my god. Well, I'm going to put 60 on that snow run and kind of see what happens here. Oh my, there's no way you have an air balloon. There is no way you have an air balloon in that deck. It is there's too many things going on. You did not have room for air balloon. You did not know that, oh, I'm going to face Trust Your Pilot. Good. Okay, so they're going to try to double attach to this guy. I can Disaster Shock if we get an energy, of which there's, I think, 13 in the deck. Oh my god, they had the switch! They had the freaking switch! Okay, yeah, no, I get it. Yep, as long as they flip tails, we can still win, though. As long as they flip tails, we can still win this game. The thing is, the Mega Audino and the Snow Run have done nothing. They literally just needed Charizard Kangaskhan. They didn't need anything else. How can you draw this insane? How can you... It's like they knew they were going to face me, and then the PDCGL dev was like, yeah, we'll just give them everything they need every single turn. And can they flip tails for once? Oh, and there's a jamming tower too, so if I get Power Glass, it's useless. Oh, geez. You know, just flip 7 heads and put me out of my misery. Okay, good. So I can paralyze the Kangaskhan. If I get an energy, I will take 12 to the face, but that is fine. I will survive. So we got an energy. There's a future booster that doesn't matter. Actually, it does, I guess. And then we go Town Store. We attach. And then there's an air balloon. So I guess I air balloon this guy. And Disaster Shock. Yes. And then we're still alive. So they used their switch. They've used that. I don't think I have a single prizer who can do anything. Which means we're essentially in a place of madness here. Don't I play Electric Generator? What happened to those? Isn't there an Electric Generator in the deck? Don't I have those somewhere? Okay, well, the Crispin doesn't matter. And oh my god, they got the fire. So that's crazy that even if I take a knockout, they have an attack next turn. And I don't have a single prize attacker right now because I think I prized whatever single prize attackers that I do have. And the Zard is doing 210. I don't have anyone who can attack for a single energy. If I Ino, that doesn't do anything. If I take a knockout, we lose. There's a Dreepy for some reason. I think we got completely sauced up here. I think the only thing I can... No, because Zekrom hurts itself. Zekrom does 30 damage to itself, so I can't risk it. I would have to take a knockout of the Charizard with the Miraidon, and then the Miraidon would have to survive because you're doing 80. Oh no, the Mega Audino would take a knockout. Oh my god, what is happening today? Like, I guess it's just going to be Ino, then bring up the Dreepy and hope that the Dreepy can't retreat and they just don't have everything they need in the history of the universe. I think that's what I have to do here is we have to bring... Oh, I don't know why I did that. Yeah, we just have to kind of hope right now. Okay, there's an Ino. We have all the things we need in the deck to win. We just need to get them. Oh, wow. Did we actually maybe get what we need? Okay, there's a Moo. Then I will Generator. There's 2. Okay, so hang on. If I go Miraidon and devolve the Charizard... Oh my goodness. There's a very roundabout way that we can win this game. Okay, okay. Oh, this could be the greatest ending in the history of the Pokemon trading card game if I get lucky. Okay, I don't think we can take the Dreepy strategy here. We have to go retreat and hope. Retreat and hope. That's the strat. The retreat hope strat. There's a Canary. Okay, then we have to go de-evolution. I literally win the game next turn if they don't win. If they don't flip us, if they go 0 for 1 on coin flips on Kangaskhan, we win the game. Obviously, they probably found a bosses off of that Ino to 2. But, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. There's no way I win this game, right? Come on, PDCGL dev, you have screwed me over for far too long. Just throw me a boner here. Just give me a boner. That's all I want. Just 0-1. Julian, you don't have to do anything. Just attack and then flip tails, and then I win the game because I'm the #1 PTCGL player in the world. Not even, I'm battling 2 opponents right now. Okay, that's fine. This is why I had to do this play, because if I put too much energy and used Ear Force, Ear Force would have taken a knockout, because that would have been 260 if I had 3 energy. So they just cost themselves the game because they didn't believe. Unless they have something crazy. Oh, there we go. I won this game. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh God. I just won this game. Okay. That is insane. How did I win this game? Do you understand how good I have to be at Pokemon cards to have won this game? Do you even understand how good someone has to be at Pokemon cards to win a game where you're facing a 2-headed dragon here? Where your 2-headed dragon D's nuts? And even I had Zeraora, I prized Pheasantipity. That was a masterclass in how to beat off the PTCGL dev. And look at that, we only did 570 damage, and I still managed to win. That was probably one of the greatest games I've ever played with the worst odds ever. But I gave you a boner a long time ago, damn straight. All right, since everyone said, hey, let's go Hawlucha, let's put a Hawlucha in here and see if that changes anything. Okay, so what do we got? We have 3 Ultra Ball. I don't think we need 3 Ultra Ball when we have Canary. Yeah, when you have Canary, you don't really need 3 Ultra Ball. And then we can just save an Ultra Ball for the Hawlucha. All right, here you go. Here's a stupid Hawlucha. And then we'll go for the generator build one more time. So we have a YouTube video, but I still have a couple lists I want to check out. What? What? A rematch? Even after I went and edited my deck, we get a rematch. It's actually called Mega Ton Blower. Geez, Nick, get it right. It's Mega Ton Blower. Oh, wow. This would have been a great starting hand. Yeah, I think the PTCGL dev heard me talking smack and was like, yeah, you want to see if you can do it again? You want to stress your brain again, Trust Your Pilot? I don't think you want to do that. You know, you want to test me? Oh, For the Win. So if you don't know, if For the Win is still here, For the Win paid for Twitter Premium because, you know, as a content creator, you want to grease up every hog you can. What the hell? But as a content creator, you want to look at every avenue to, you know, expose yourself to as many people, to spread your seed as far and wide as possible. Well, Twitter Premium is such a great a great service that it's 50% off right now. So, you know, that's how you know everyone's buying Twitter Premium, is when they have to make it 50% off for 3 months. You know, as soon as Elon takes over, Twitter Premium becomes a thing, and then, oh, I haven't seen it go 50% off more than ever. You know, back when it used to be the original Twitter, Premium actually meant something. Now it's you just pay $5 and you have Premium. Again with the deluxe bomb on the Kangaskhan. Yeah, well, I have a Hawlucha this time. Yeah, like for $5 a month, it's worth taking the risk, because, you know, you look at how much it costs to just advertise regular things. You know, it costs quite a bit. So if I town store, what do I have? I don't even know what I have, but I'm just going to Ino. We have 1,000,000 energy in the deck. We're going to get an energy and some basics. Ooh, we did. Okay, what do we got? We have a Zeraora. So what I could do is I could put the Zeraora into play and let it... I feel like we prized a lot of things. We prized the Iron Hands and many other things. Okay, well, I'm going to go for the Moo. And then we're going to go into you. I'm going to go Town Store for Air Balloon. We Air Balloon this guy. We retreat into Zeraora. Scratch. I know what I'm doing. And Cialis. Oh, yeah. I have ideas for Dustox. I have ideas for Dustox, but I wouldn't necessarily say they're good. Right? The Dustox ideas are fine. I'll try it. It seems like it could be annoying for some decks. And Lil Frizz, that's literally the title of the stream. But I still have a list of like 24 cards that I'm going to be testing out, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so I'm going to probably have to put the Future Booster on the Mew, which I really don't want to do. I'm a dirty boy. I'm a dirty, dirty boy. Wait, did we even see the Dawn last game? They're just pulling cards out of their butt right now. And a 1.5 million. And Lorik, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. We're going to get to 100 again, and then I'll play Sprigatito. They also changed the list? I don't know if they did. They seem to have all the things. You look at Cialis, you look at For the Win. For the Win tested everything. For the Win tested Frostmoth Wug Trio. Only YouTubers would test something that crazy. And Nick, that's because there's only 2 people playing this game at a time. So, yeah, there's the Mega Frostlass issue. But they're currently not doing anything, which is good. We know they have Crispin and a bunch of other things. I got rid of the stupid Deluxe Bomb. Like, we're in a playable position. We're in Downward Dog. And Mad Panda, yeah, all For the Win did was look at my Road Decks video to get that idea, is what I choose to believe. You know, I uploaded a King Gambit deck list 2 months ago. So technically, I came first. You know, For the Win always complains when I come first. But, you know, sometimes it helps. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, so we're going to Town Store the Air Balloon. Get that guy. I guess that goes there. I Night Stretcher the Zeraora. Am I seriously about to attach a basic energy to a Zeraora just to draw a card? That seems like a terrible idea, but also 20 damage might mean something at some point. Okay, so got a Future Boost. You know things are going bad when you have a Future Booster on a Mew EX. you know things are going great when you have a Future Booster on a Mew EX and then you Lilies into nothing. All right, well, we're going to scratch them. I also like it when For the Win plays with his sausage live on screen. Live on YouTube. Well, it's looking like I'm probably gonna just Iono next turn, right? Like, what's the point to Lilies when Lilies just gave me absolutely nothing? And if I Iono, that puts energy in the deck that I can shuffle back up with Town Store. Crustal Fortress, 38th at Sydney. I mean, any deck with Crustal can do something. It's just how do you get it powered up, right? If Fortress can do it, then it makes Iono more powerful. I personally like Turbo Energize with, just Precious Trolley, Turbo Energize, Monkey Dory, whatever you want to do. Because Crustal, like, what you have to realize is that Mimikyu is rotating next month. Okay. They must go for the Miraidon or the Mew then, right? And just knock it out with Frostlass? Or not? Yes? But yeah, so Mimikyu's rotating. Whenever a format rotates or there's new cards added, the best thing to do is play a deck like Crustal or Mimikyu, because no one is ever prepping for those. Everyone's prepping new decks for the new... Yeah, they had the switch. So apparently, putting Dragapult, Charizard, Mega Kangaskhan, Mega Frostlass in a deck is this deck's kryptonite. So how do I win? Because we apparently can't find Electric, even though we have Canary and everything. Oh, wow. That is something right there. That is absolutely something. And we only have one energy in the discard pile, so I should have done that differently. Okay, well, let's put Zekrom down, I guess. Zekrom can go into play. Let's do that. Let's Iono them low. Yeah, it just feels like a card that has always existed. And there's all the There we go. We still don't have any cards we actually want. So I can Thunder Raid their Kangaskhan and then prep the Zekrom, and that could be game if I play this right. So, yeah, let's go retreat into the Zeraora, Thunder Raid the Kangaskhan. We get rid of all the energy. This is crazy that I just haven't been able to find a single thing, right? We haven't found a single Electric. We haven't even found an Eelektross. We haven't found Canary. You know, obviously their Mega Frostlass is going to do Mega Frostlass things. But if I can keep their hand low, they actually don't have a way to knock out my Zekrom, right? Because I'm doing 330. Oh, the Dragapult's a huge problem. The Dragapult is a huge problem. Because if they retreat and attack with Dragapult and I can't limit my hand, then they probably just take a knockout with Mega Frostlass. But when's the last time I've been in a situation where I've just been down this hard, but my chances of winning are actually quite high? But we definitely want to put the Nest Ball into play. I guess go up with the Mew, and then we're probably just hoping they whiff on the Mega Kangaskhan. Yeah, so they're retreating into Dragapult. Oh no, I can't knock out the Dragapult. That's right, I can't knock out the Dragapult with the Zekrom because the Zekrom hurts itself for 30 damage. And they might just put 30 on the Zekrom to begin with, but I would imagine they're going to go for a Dynamo or something just to get it out of there. I imagine they're going to set up the Zekrom for a Mega Kangaskhan play. But, oh, they didn't. Okay, so we're still in this one. I think... Oh, wait. Funny things could happen here. I can knock out the Mega Kangaskhan with Fezandipity. There's a de-evolution that doesn't help at all. So we go Nest Ball. There's no one to get. Naturally. We have literally all of the cards we need. So let's go Fez. De-evolution on you. I will... I mean, there is a chance that we get Eelektross and I knock out Mega Kangaskhan. Okay, there's a nice... Wait, is that... Wait, does that help? Oh, this is a tough call. I think we just go Fezandipity and see what happens, because I might... We got it. We actually we got everything. Oh my goodness, we got everything we needed. The game finally cooperated. Okay, so we want to go Canary away the energy. Yeah, as soon as Megan shows up, everything goes right. That's so weird. All right, then we go Dynamotor. Put the energy there. Rare Candy. Now, I guess what I do is... I bring up the Charmander just to make their life a little bit more difficult. Because I guess we bring up the Charmander with the Prime Catcher, make their life slightly more difficult. Go there. And then I want to... Night Stretcher, we don't want a Dynamo. We do want a Zeraora. And then we do this because we have to limit everything here, essentially. And then we go boom, boom. Kangaskhan is knocked out. You know, I probably should have kept the Prime Catcher, but I have to limit my hand to 5 cards. And then, oh yeah, who suggested the Hawlucha? And then as soon as we put it in the deck, we prize it? Remember when I said that? You can't get Hawlucha with Canary? Remember when I said I prized everything? Yeah. See, I told you. You can't be doing that. I literally told you there's no reason to put Hawlucha in this deck. And then what happens? We prize it. We also prize the Iron Hands. So my MVP of last game was prized. But they've fallen right into my rat trap. Because they went for Mega Frostlass. They don't realize that Zekrom can take the KO. But obviously if they have a bosses, we lose. There's Energy Retrieval. Am I the #1 player against, you know, I am undefeated against Mega Frostlass, Dragapult, Charizard, Kangaskhan. That's a trick statement. There are no top Eelektross decks. Probably should have held the Prime Catcher because then we would have been at 6 and they couldn't take the knockout at 6. And we know that their ace spec is Deluxe Bomb. I'm the tippy top. The tippy top. Did they attach this turn? I don't think they did. Oh, they did. Oh, because they had to attach to retreat. You are correct. So there we go. We just knock out with the Zekrom. Zekrom is just... The problem with Eelektross and Dragonite is that Eelektross is worse than Zekrom. Dragonite is worse than Zekrom. They literally both are just worse than Zekrom. Magnetric is, you know, good, but Zekrom is just, it can do 330 and 380. It can literally do 330 or 380, and that's insane. Oh man, it feels so good. It feels so good to destroy them in back-to-back games after they get off to the craziest starts. God, you know, this is, you know, we have a positive win ratio. Gotta love that. That was beautiful. Okay, let's switch to what I thought I had another crazy one. I had, yeah, this is just a straight Canary one. So we'll do this one, and then I'll do the straight Frostlass version. Those will be the last 2 games. And I don't think we're topping that last game against Julian. But yeah, Hawlucha useless. Magneton, you know, I could take Magneton or I could leave it. I think we go second, right? So we're playing, I think 4 Dynamo, 4 Electric, 2 Eelektross, a 2/2 Ionos Kilowattrel, probably a Miraidon, probably an Iron Hands. Am I supposed to know who that is? Or is that a really truncated D's nuts joke? It's a football. Oh, okay. So do you mean a football player or a soccer player? Okay, so this is Toxtricity. Monkey Dory is bad, especially because there's no Frostlass. So if I was playing the Frostlass build, then we're totally okay. But we're not playing the Frostlass build. I do have Lilies. This is like a really good starting hand, especially if we have any of the tricky cards that I put in here. Yeah, no wonder I never heard of them. Do you think they're going to go? I think they're going for a Pecharunt. What, aren't soccer and football the same? Oh, okay. They're playing the Pedo. Well, they did get rid of a Wally's Compassion, which is nice. And a Hawlucha would really come in handy here, wouldn't it? All right, Poffin for... Well, I guess we're going for those. And... this is one of the decks of all time. Exactly. For the Win knows that American football is much better. For the Win knows the terrifying truth. Okay, wow, this was useless. I guess I get rid of Canary Lightning Energy. Go and get... oh, goodness. I guess Zeraora? I guess. Am I playing Generator in this list? That would be a negatory. All right, so we put Zeraora down just to have somebody to take a hit. Zeraora takes a hit, because if they have to just use the Sharpedo's first attack, then Zeraora survives. I mean, obviously it gets knocked out later from a Monkey Dory, but whatever. Yeah, For the Win watched the Super Bowl and was cheering for the Seahawks the entire time. Ooh, they just went for the call for family? That's great. So in this situation, I need to keep the future booster. So you're probably wondering, well, Poirlet, well, you need to keep the future booster. Okay, well, I'm going to Canary the Poffin, obviously. Just Canary in the Poffin. All right, so Kilowattrel, Dynamo, Electric. And it'd be really cool if I could get some lightning energy in the old discard pile there. You know, that'd be pretty swello, wouldn't it? It'd be pretty swello if we get some energy in them with our discard pile, huh? All right, well, let's drop to 6. And then, of course, of course. So is there anything that I could do? I didn't attach this turn. I guess I could hit into the Toxel. And that just sets up a knockout later. Does that actually make sense? Or do I just put energy on the electric and then energy on the Kilowattrel and turn? I think that's what we do. Because we're hoping that we get an energy off the top deck. But the Kilowattrel is such a good card. This is the card that is most helped by Canary. Right? You can basically take out draw supporters and just play Canary when you have this card. There's a world where I, bump up the Canary deck just because it is so fun to pay attention to. All right, well, we know for a fact that they got rid of an air balloon, and a Wally's, so they got rid of 2 cards that they may need. I can paralyze the shark. Burger Boss? No, completely different. Oh, God, it's Chasm Stalker. Okay. We want to go... I have a plan. Dynamo in the active. This is all part of my brilliant plan. Dynamo in the active. Okay. Well, that's not cool. We go... I think we Earthen Vessel away the electric. Go get 2 energy. I air balloon this guy. We attach to this guy Lilies, because I want to paralyze the Sharpedo. We don't know if they have a Pecharunt. They might have a Pecharunt. That would be bad if they had a Pecharunt. Am I just never going to find energy or anything that's useful to me? All right, so we put Levincia down. We have to put the Zekrom into play as well. And then I have to discard to draw some. Okay. Yeah. That happened. Okay, so you get the energy, and then we have to go end turn and hope they don't have anything. And Jagbomb, I don't think you're winning any channel points. I think this is going to end as a... And I got the Watchtower. I am 1 win away from getting 7+. I didn't think we'd get to 6 wins, let alone 7. But for the win, if you're planning on uploading a Mega Eelektross video, please wait a day, because I'm not going to upload this till tomorrow. So if you could wait until Friday, or Thursday, that'd be appreciated. And then everyone can comment, oh, you just took this from Trust Your Pilot for the win. Oh, crap. Okay, they have a monkey, which is bad, but they don't have room for the card that they actually need. So that is good. And I am 100% willing to use Ino because I know the Ino is going to pay us off here. But no, then if you do it on Thursday, then everyone can get mad at you. Got a few decks lined up. Yeah, I'm actually undecided right now. I have no idea what the deck is going to be on Thursday. I really don't want to play Mega Emboar. Mega Charizard doesn't get me excited. Canary with Kilowattrel and Belly Bolt gets me excited. But, like, Dust Ox is also... Did they just put a Hero's Cape on that? Where's my list of decks to play? There it is. Like, I'm leaning towards Erica's, but, like, there's also Mega Halucha, which, you know, it's a coin flip deck. There's Ends Vanillux, Mega Audino. I could maybe try Kangaskhan. There's Kamala Box. There's Stunfisk Box. All right, there's Greedy Fang. So my entire strategy here was that we go electric. We're going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to put them down to 4 cards. They got nothing. There's a Poffin. Did I know last turn. What did I use last turn? I used Lily. So we want to waste the Poffin. We don't really want the Wattrel. So I have an Ultra Ball and 2 Eelektross. There's no way we don't get everything we need. Though, I guess we don't take any chances here. Oh, I have to get an energy. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so we go Canary. And I go and get Eelektross, and that's it. And Eelektross gets that. And then we have to kill a Wattrel up to 6. Because we have to paralyze them this turn. That's good. And then attach to you. Retreat into this guy. I have to start setting up, I think, the Iron Hands, because I can take 4 prizes on the Sharpedo. And yeah, we'll get rid of the Poffin because we don't need it. We hit him with the Disaster Shock. Obviously, their Monkey Dory is a huge problem. Especially because I don't play Generator. So I think what we've learned is that you can't rely on Electric in this deck. You have to play Generator. You know, you want to be able to play 4 Electric, but if you want to use Iron Hands, you can't. You know, oh, you want to use Iron Hands? Well, you really can't in this deck, especially if you prize a Dynamo. So Generator is still superior to Electric, in my opinion, because it just lets you go fast. It just lets you go as fast as you want. But I can, I guess, set up the other Sharpedo for a knockout, and maybe we go for a Devo play. Or I can't really do anything to the monkey. The monkey's kind of just sort of gonna stay there for a while. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for, is them not leaving the Petrant. I know they have Wally's Compassion in that list, but they might just have the 1 copy. It's just looking very unlikely that I win this game. I guess they know if there's a Mega Toxtricity. All right, so they have their Monkey Dory. I would imagine they'll just start building up my Mega Eelektross because their Sharpedo can just one-shot an Eelektross whenever they want. But maybe that's what so yeah, actually, no, maybe that's what I do. Yeah, so I'm just going to knock out their Sharpedo. Which I can't do because 190 is... Oh, no, it's going to be enough. Right, because it's basically 200. Okay, so we have to Disaster Shock the Sharpedo in the active. And then start building up the Zekrom on... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? And For the Win already did that, so I don't need you to. For the Win already took care of that. Okay. So then I guess we Prime Catcher this one now? Is that what we're doing? I guess we're Prime Catcher in this guy? Because they just ruined everything. with that stupid Wally's compassion. Actually, hang on. If I bring up the Sharpedo... No, there's no way we win this. I'm trying to run through all the different scenarios because this is undamaged. This is only doing 120 damage, but if I bring it up and try to hit into it, that's bad. If I try to split bomb anybody, that also seems really bad. But I think we just stay the course and go for the paralysis. Right, there's not a whole lot we can do here. We just have to Iono and hope. Really be cool if we got some recovery. That would be a no, but we did get energy. Okay, so we go electric, dynamotor. I have to set up the Zekrom, and so the 1 energy on the Iron Hands should not be there. I should definitely be having that energy on the Zekrom. I was thinking, oh, you know, I'll set up a Sharpedo for an Iron Hands KO. But then the Monkey Dory screwed things up. The Wally screwed things up. And no, Wally is not a bad word, okay? It's a British word. It's slang for bro. And now that I think about it, so remember that... Can confirm, yeah. Remember that Saturday I'm going to be streaming up against the regionals. Do I play the worst deck imaginable since the viewership will be even lower than normal? Because there'll be about 3,000 people, so they'll... Okay, they don't realize I have a Switch. There'll be about 3,000 people watching that. Okay, so we get rid of you and you. Go for Fez. Would really like to have a Dynamo, but we don't have one of those. Okay, electric. And then that goes there. That goes there. The game broke. The game broke. The game broke. There we go. Yep. Perfectly well made game. And then we go switch into you. We go disaster shock. We don't discard the energy in case they do something. But yeah, just the Monkey Dory won them this game. If it wasn't for the Monkey Dory, they do not win this game. Oh my god. And if we don't prize the Dynamo, that also would have won us this game. I think our only shot of winning is if I can gust up the Toxtricity, stick it in the active for a turn, and then gust up the Sharpedo and win that way. Fun fact, they have a perfect KO here. They have to take 1 damage counter from the Sharpedo, put it on the Eelektross, and then they'll fulfill the clause, and that'll be a perfect knockout. So Leah, you've ruined everything. They take 1 from the Sharpedo, put it on the Eelektross, and then I essentially have to bosses the Toxtricity and hope they don't got it like that. And then hope I have another Gust card. Because I'm pretty sure we had a counter catcher. And yeah, we have a counter catcher. So we gust the Toxtricity. Hope they don't have another air balloon. I mean, they had 2 Wallies. They're not going to have 2 air balloon. They're going to have Peturunt, if anything. Okay, so Handy. And yeah, we'll Fez. We'll do all the things. There's the lilies that we don't want. If I am able to get counter... All right, so we go bosses the Toxtricity, and then just hope they don't got it like that. And we hit them with the energy attachment there. Play with my balls. All right, so we have an electric. Oh wow, we're struggling here. We're on the struggle bus, everybody. And then I have to re-bosses next turn, so I think we put 3 energy in, because if I'm able to get energy or electric, we have it, right? So we put 3 energy in, leave the hands up there because it doesn't matter, and then we go end turn. So the only way we win is if Zekrom can KO the Sharpedo. That's it. And by doing this, it leaves them in a situation where they can't have a switch. They can't have an air balloon. Obviously, I wasn't able to INO them down to 1, which would have been perfect. Yep, so we can win next turn if we top deck an energy. If we top deck an energy or an electric, we win the game. There's Airy. Okay, well, the switch doesn't matter, luckily. That was almost really bad. But if we top deck energy or electric, we win the game. It is that simple. Why would you should not be using Sinister Surge. Yeah, you should not be using Sinister Surge. Is this going to be another crazy win to get me 7 wins for the stream somehow with a... All right, here we go. We have like a 50% chance. And we got the worst card imaginable. We had a 50% chance, and we got literally the worst card we could have possibly drawn. Okay, hang on. There's still a chance. There is still a chance. We have to go electric. We have to go for it all this turn, though. We have to literally go for it all, and we have to get energy electric here. If we get energy electric, that's GG. Energy electric, that's it. Oh my god, we actually got it. Oh my, and we got the Levincia too. There's no way. There is no way that just happened. I went for it. Also, we prized like oh wait, we had a ton of energy, right? Because I put all the energy back in deck. Oh my goodness. See, I saw the path to the peak there and we got it. Again, what is happening? I'm like on my A game today or something. I'm like on my absolute A game. I have won 3 games that we deserve to lose and I prized a ton of energy. My opponent is just like, wait, how did I lose that game? What just happened? All right, so choose prediction outcome. That was 7+ again. That makes no sense. I guess I had to believe. All right, so we'll go for the final one is just Frostlass. No monkeys. No monkeys. It takes years of practice, Redux, but I've mastered it. Sorry, Redux, Leah has a better comment. I'm sorry. I liked your comment, Redux, but Leah, you know, Leah's representing the 5% right now, proudly, with that comment. All right, well, I think we're about to destroy whoever we're facing. Oh, yes. I think we're about to destroy whoever we're facing. Unless this is like a drag. Oh, no. Okay, it's Mega Lopunny, but that's okay. I just don't have to do anything. This is a 4-3 line. We got a 4-3 line here. I'm not going to bother with the Lilies or the INO because we see. Do you see what just happened? We already know this is not going to end in my favor. The odds will not be in my favor. My Shorty literally has a better turn 1 than me, and I'm going second, and I got 2 mulligans. Look at this. For the win, can you give me some words of affirmation in your perfect, oh no. In your perfect accent? Can you whip out the didgeridoo, mate, and give me some words of affirmation? Because this one, oh, it's not going too well, is it? Oh, it's not. It's something in me bum. All right, let's go. I don't believe you. Okay. Yeah, let's hit him. Actually, no, let's hit him with the old rope-a-dope here. Let's make them think that they know what's happening when they have no idea what's happening. All right, so we'll just set everybody up. They don't know what I'm playing. They're going to try to go for the Baniri KO on the Badoo or the Lopunny KO. I'm going to win this one for the win. For the win believed in me. I've never heard him so emotional in his life. He's believing in me. I'm going to believe in myself. Crap. There's no way they have energy in their hand, right? Oh, they didn't even go for the Lopunny, so they definitely don't have the energy. And they can't give me a reach around. Oh, wait, why didn't they? There's no way you have the Lopunny. Okay. Why didn't they go for low? They must not have it then. Well, you definitely go for the Lopunny with that hand. All right, well, they're giving me a ton of time to set up, and we have a de-evolution. And those are cards that exist. Okay, so let's go. And D-Man, that is possible. All right, so I think in this situation, I go retreat into Stun Fist, use Pouncing Trap, because they maybe would have been able to do something. I know they have Pidgeot, but let's just see what they do, right? They have their items, but we already knew they had Pidgeot, so I wasn't really in a position to do much. And they have zero clue that I'm playing a Frostlass deck. I just hope that I haven't screwed myself over. Because I did take quite a bit of time here. They can just evolve and retreat. But I think if they put... Oh wow. They might have to reach around. If they don't have Lopunny, they wasted their Pidgeot on just that. They don't have a Jet Energy. Yeah, they have to do that. So I think now we show them who's the boss. Yeah, there we go. Now is when it happens. Now is when we go crazy. Now we get all the snow runt and we make them regret all of their decisions in life. And sure, let's get Dynamotor on myself. Because we know they can't go for the electric. They have to kind of focus on everybody else that's in play. Oh, this is great. This is great. And oh, this is terrible. Oh, this is horrible. We just went from a super playable hand to an unplayable hand, and I definitely should have, you know, set up the electric. I should have set up the Eelektross. You might say PDCGL just committed an electrocity on my hand. Huh? Get it? An electrocity? But I mean, we have Badoo we have Stunfist, then we have Badoo. We can, you know, boss the Psyduck if we really want to. Hey, that was better than anything Clamburglar's ever done. Clamburglar wishes he had jokes like that. Wait, they had the Lopunny? They had the Lopunny this entire time? Oh, they got the explosion. Well, actually, that's fine. Yeah, if you want an explosion, that's fine. Because all I have to do is take a single prize KO. Wait, what was I talking? I blacked out for a second. What was I talking about? What do you mean I know them? I know if I did that. You might be making that up. All right, so there's a lightning. Oh, no, they would have grabbed it. They had Dawn. Like, they had Dawn, so we knew that was going to happen. How does this guy have a 1 retreat cost? In what world does that have a 1 retreat cost? All right, so let's go Dynamotor onto, I guess, the Frostlass, so we can get that off the Frostlass if we need it. And then Itchy Ballin'. So I have to take a knockout of somebody at some point. Don't you want to get mail? There you go. I can, you know, we really should have evolved. I regret not evolving into the Eelektross when I had the chance, because now my Frostlass is going to knock out my electric, and I'm going to regret my entire life's decisions. But fun fact, I can boss the Lopunny and deal 50 damage with electric. And that will actually probably be a game-winning move. Okay, that's fine. If they boss the electric, that's fine. Really, you know, when you have the Eelektross in your hand, you really should just play it. Yeah, turns out... Oh, they're going for the Snow Runt. Okay. That's fine. That is fine. Why wouldn't you just go for the Frostlass in that situation? If you're going to knock somebody out there, why wouldn't you just knock out the one that should be knocked out? And there's a counter catcher that doesn't matter. All right, so let's go bosses on the Charmander. Just force them to, you know, play a card. And then Itchy Pollen. Yeah, but I cost myself this game by not evolving into Mega Eelektross. Because then I could be hitting the Lopunny, I could be hitting the Mega Charizard. They wouldn't be able to one-shot my Eelektross. So, and then just, you know, I assumed we'd get a playable card off of that Ino, and then we got literally unplayable garbage. And I think I'm in a situation where we kind of have to bring up the Lopunny and hit into it now. All right, and they're playing the wrong Charmander. You got to play the one that knocks out a Badoo. Okay, so they take a knockout of the Badoo. That's fine. If they knock out the Frostos, we are mega screwed. All right, so Badoo, I choose you. Can I please get a good card, please? I specifically didn't put Monkey Dory in here for funsies. Okay, well, that's not what we wanted. That is a Snow Runt, though, I guess. And then we go... Yep, just another counter catcher. Just another counter catcher on that guy, and I'll put a Water Energy on the Snow Runt. Yeah, things are not going according to plan here. I'm gonna lose because I knock out my own Electric. This is the last game of the stream. As soon as we get to 7 wins, PTCGL is just like, nah, bro. And they have the Turo. And they got rid of the side. We're gonna get shut out here. What is this? Me at an upscale club trying to hit on women? They're gonna get shut out? All right, well, I think it's time for a de-evolution. But maybe also not. Were you Charmeleon? You were also Charmeleon. Hey, there's a Frostlass. Great. Well, guess what we have to do? We have to retreat into the Electric, put a Lightning Energy there, and then do that. Okay, well, we, yeah, I'll just concede. That was bad. All right, who's online? Who are we raiding? Who are we Mortal Kombat charactering? Oh, we're getting some Seto in here. We're raiding Seto, so I'll be back on Thursday. I still don't know what I'm gonna be playing, so that'll be interesting. I have no idea what we're playing. If you want to maybe get free stuff, we can maybe bait Seto into giving out free stuff, or at least, you know, showing feet. So I'll see you all on Thursday. Again, I have no idea. It's going to be down to testing tomorrow that determines what we're playing on Thursday. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll post on the Discord. Maybe I won't. You never know.